I mean, why would I do that? But yeah, no. Here's the thing.
I wish like the bar just like was a little bit bigger on D&D Beyond, where it put all 5 characters on the front instead of. It's just so annoying.
Yeah, I mean it's a great tool set though. But yeah, no. That level 1 CR3 encounter is totally winnable. You just have to warn your players in advance, and I mean, if they're smart or not murder hobos, they're going to shatter the dude that they're supposed to murk out in the snow before they jump him.
Hi everyone, because we're live.
Yeah, by the way, we're live.
We're live?
We're live.
Oh, crap. But I don't have my face on, literally.
Okay.
I
was having so much fun being dead.
Oh dear.
Oh, that sounds nice. Whoa. Can y'all hear me?
Go black too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's good on my end.
We're still experiencing technical difficulties here on the phone.
So what else is new? We've all experienced technical difficulties.
Everything just went black in Twitch, and then it came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came back, so that's good. And it was definitely Discord and not us, probably. Since
no,
it's multiple people.
No, it was
Discord. Going to be Discord.
It was something because I lost the Roll20 platform as well.
That was the internet going rampant.
The internet has been rampant.
Prepare for the singularity.
Days now. Oh, I would love for a singularity.
I mean, it seems like it's degressing away from a singularity. Like all the web pages and stuff have seemed to be working less well, and like I feel like we're actually inching further away from it right now.
Honestly, no.
Singularity doesn't mean it'll work well for us.
Yeah, no. I was about to say I have a currently operating theory that the internet has spawned at least one accidental strong AI. And that as it slowly learns how to do things, more and more websites will get disrupted until it launches thermonuclear war against us all and we can finally sleep.
I mean, just for posterity, I would like to say, I would like to immigrate to Equestria. And very limited subset of people will get that joke.
I would be perfectly fine with an untethered intelligences based entirely on the data stream. Hi.
I actually did read a couple chapters of that when you recommended it with the virtual ponies.
Yeah.
I just kind of as I tend to do, just drifted off somewhere, bookmarked where I left, and then moved on. Though I've been a lot more nomadic with my stories recently, and less worried about endings and conclusions.
So hi, welcome to the bonus roll. We all really miss Chat and Chill.
Yeah.
Chat and Chill was from 6 to 7. Theoretically, we could have Chat and Chill and then Shadowrun.
I'm going to just silently stare at you for a few seconds.
Okay, I broke the GM. We're ready to start.
No. He's just really, really annoyed.
No, I broke him. See, he's frozen.
So, thank you to everyone.
The ice giants are not vulnerable to fire. However, he is really, really annoyed by it.
Yeah.
Freezing is not allowed.
Okay. So thank you everyone who turned up for the episode of the Green Cauldron yesterday. We're sorry that the technical issues that we were experiencing were so prohibitive that we were unable to play. We honestly felt that we would not be able to provide the level of entertainment that either the module or you viewers deserved. Plus, we couldn't fucking hear each other.
I'm so sad still. But I used the time to work on our not finished still webpage.
That is
thebonusroll.com.
That is true. Feel free to check out thebonusroll.com to see
just not finished.
like player blurbs and campaign blurbs and fur blurbs.
Blurb has stopped sounding like a word to me.
Blurba, 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 blurba.
Oh God.
It's like gobbledygook. Or petrichor.
You know what doesn't
What's
sound
it-
like
See,
a
that's one of my
word?
favorite words.
It is.
We'll just have to call them content boxes instead.
You want to know what sound?
Shenanigans.
Okay, a word that does not sound like a word. Wood.
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 Because it sounds like two words, right?
Wood.
3.
I was gonna say, are you saying
two.
wood, or wood?
Wood.
Did
I
you say
think-
often or often?
Wind or
I think
wine?
you're right that it doesn't sound like a word, it sounds like multiple words.
Censor. Oh wait,
That sounds like a transformer.
Swing.
wait. Who has been watching Lower Decks?
I am so far behind on that show.
I'm doing a full stream of it tonight.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single episode. Like, not to say that I'm not interested. I just really haven't been on the Star Wars binge lately.
This last
I have
10 minutes,
interest elsewhere right now.
this last 10 minutes tells me that I'm right that we should do chat and show followed by Shadowrun.
I mean,
Boys, I can't do that. I
Okay.
got work.
I can't
just
do
roll
it
up a
'cause-
character. It'll only take 7 hours.
Chat and
Yeah,
show
but
the
like
RPG.
probably not to the restaurant or.
Meanwhile, in
God,
Ravnica, maybe the smart cookies can figure it out because, boy howdy, we sure aren't paying attention.
Oh, come on, you're the one that wanted a detective agency. I need to hear some tough detective questions coming up today.
And with
We've got
that,
one left, and it's
I
got your
said
name on it.
troubleshooting, not detect.
And with that wonderful segue, let's have our players give a description of their characters.
Well, since I put my foot in my mouth, I'll go first. It's like, I'm the mage. And like, I play Grigum, the drunken master monk of the Selesnya Conclave. It's like, he is devoid of staff, but full on drink. It's like, and is now filling his spirit. It's like, with spirits.
Wait. You don't have any staff? What the hell did you do when I was gone?
You don't remember what happened to his staff?
It's a joke.
I actually don't.
Okay.
It's a
either.
pun.
Oh, you mean
Because-
our staff?
Yes.
Yeah, no, we still have
Yeah.
them. We're good. We
Wait,
should
yeah,
have
no.
more. Once we
I
go
lost.
to training, we have a lot of staff.
Wait, you
I
have
lost the
staff?
staff. You know where they
Are
are.
you okay? Do you need medical help? Words can mean multiple things.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you,
I'm
English.
Tux,
Boot. But
and,
not now and
I
now.
play
because the two was-
Fairdeer, the Simic Ranger, Simic Hybrid Ranger at the Simic Combine.
You did this to us.
Yeah, you got it!
Keep going.
That's it.
No, I mean keep the ball going.
I'm Zizala.
Oh,
I play
okay.
Ingrid Corvidae Omaroma. I'm a Golgari shaman.
Yes, and
Okay. She has excellent taste in familiars. I don't know.
I mean,
You didn't pick it out.
A potential familiar on the back burner if we run into him.
there's been a couple options that you've hit.
Is Watcher not a familiar?
Watchers are familiar. Watchers
Watcher-
also
Yeah,
my
she
favorite
didn't
too.
pick
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, and I am Merle. I am slightly muffled at the moment, but you'll have to deal with it. I play Rail Corvino, the best dressed man in the room, in any room. Currently Orzhov Cleric, dealing with family issues, formerly Simic researcher, actually Dimare spy, potentially brain controlled by somebody we're not entirely sure who the hell they are yet.
Your grand uncle?
That's what he said. Something like that. Yeah, he's dead and also not. So my mother's a control freak. My cousins are undead and/or eldritch abominations. And Rail has fallen in love with his bodyguard. And that's about all I
God, just
can
sit
say
in your
about
room
that.
and listen to Linkin Park already. Sheesh. No. Sorry.
Oh,
Come on now.
Yeah.
we can't afford that reference.
No, we can't.
Oh.
Mom's a control
I mean-
freak.
I
My
mean,
family are undead.
I mean, to be fair, Rail's family could afford it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and Rail is going to have to find a new nemesis because apparently something. Well, unless somebody summons back the old one,
I mean,
which
that's
we have to
gonna
remember is a definite
definitely happen.
possibility.
Probably gonna happen.
Why would you say
Yeah.
such things?
We'll have
mean,
to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I tried to not mention my thoughts that Rail was already secretly in the cloning facility, and then it turned out anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a clone of me somewhere, assuming the clone facility hasn't been burned to the ground. But we'll have to find out about that later, because seriously
Well,
didn't want us
wasn't
going
burned
there.
to the
Because
ground,
it's
it was
Fritz's
drowned.
turn, or Frizz's turn. What am I saying?
yeah, it's
Because you listen to me.
yeah. So, I'm
I mean,
Halo. I'm
I'm-
playing Barrel Temviz, better known as Frizz, the super
Frizz.
cool lightning sorcerer dude, storm magic, explosions. You know, just doing things I shouldn't be because it's funny.
I
We
really
have yet to
think
see it.
Frizz could pull
That's
off
D&D
a
in a
black
nutshell.
outfit,
Yeah.
like a nice tight double vest.
Huh.
I could see that.
No, he could. Yeah, I definitely see that. But yeah, I don't know what's happening, so I'm just gonna try to blow things up.
Okay, and so one of the players that was here last time, tell Frizz why he should not be trying to blow stuff up right now.
I'm waiting to be bribed for a recap, unless someone else wants to.
I
You
will,
It
said
sounds like there's not a good reason to not blow things up.
I will put
So
one of
last
my
time
knives
in the-
away.
Last
yeah,
time
I think I'm going to have to skip because it feels like the more spiritual Brigham gets, the more disconnected he has become from this campaign.
Man, you're really going to like the next one. You should look up the spell Searing Smite.
So last time on Second Sight Adventures, the gang decided to enter Kay into a dog talent show contest until things went awry.
In Second Sight
And Old
Adventures,
Man Smithers came out in a ghost costume trying to chase
Yeah.
off the gang.
Right. Okay, right. I forgot we had a side comic.
I was about to say, in Second Sight Adventures, you should be barking that.
Yeah. I forgot that we had a side comic. we don't.
However, if you are artistically
Maybe
inclined
we should-
and want to watch all 58 episodes of the Second Sight Agency and make comics, I would be okay with that.
Or don't watch any of it and just do whatever the hell you want. And that may
I mean, that's
even
probably
be
what our
even
book
better.
deal does.
Do what you want. A pirate is free.
You are a pirate.
Okay,
Come on.
caps.
Okay, I will give you 3 bottle
Right.
caps.
That's a good deal. Especially because
So-
we're getting to the apocalypse stuff from them soon.
Nuka-Cola.
You have to melt them down into a nugget, though. Okay, so we read the paper a little bit. The meeting of the Trans Guild Promenade was a meeting that's going to last like 10 days to see if they're going to call an actual meeting. So we decided we probably weren't going to that one. Probably. Ingrid picked up some letters she's going to open soon. So, letters.
They are from Cha and Choso. I'm fairly sure I told
And-
you that,
I thought I did Chaos to the agency, but that's okay. So then we went to go see the Golgari thing to tell them there were like 100 bodies. And we found out that the Gruul also changed leadership as well as the Orzhov and the Golgari, and got reminded that the Izza Guild leader was missing.
but Maine was hand frying his finger.
So we got back to the agency and we were like, hey, we're ready to go to the Red Waste now, Cathal. And she's like, no, that's on hold because the Azorius and the Gruul aren't talking until after all these meetings. Hey, what about that murderer y'all guys were going to catch? You know? So we were going over our notes on that. We took a little break in between. Rail put a black pudding in an unsecured container without a top in his bedroom. Dared to visit his wife.
Ain't going nowhere.
It's not very smart, and it has an Erlenmeyer flask that it can't figure out how to get into. It's fine.
Brigham
Yeah.
meditated, and Ingrid got help from Reeve and Cathal to do a little adjustment on that ring, and then used the time where Reeve was still in there acting, because we don't know if it's acting or not. Ingrid doesn't know it's acting for sure. Very, very drunk, and asked him about the flayed rabbit Rakdos group. And then we went and saw notes on the murderers from Pan and found out that 4 days ago, after we'd been exonerated by the Azorius, that a Simic hybrid who had left the Combine with a grappling design got dismembered by the Lawmaster, just north of Singrove. It was not reported what the exact law text was, but it was something to do with destruction of people's property, which leads us to think she thought she killed Fairdeer. So we got to do 2 questions from Pan's file, basically.
Right. I think we had one question left.
Yeah.
Do.
So we ask about the results of scrying, because the file had where the body was found, results of scrying, and results of detect magic. So we found out there was no spirit left behind. Any view of the assailant was magically blocked. And using Azorius past view scrying, they could see the victim up until they went to the alley. Then they were dragged in and nothing was seen, and then vision resumed later on the killed person, with the assailant never being seen. And that the weapon used either some kind of fire magic or was superheated because the cuts for the laws were cauterized. From our own history checks, we know the method of death was not consistent among victims. One was thrown from high, which would be consistent with a possible angel. One was ripped apart. Multiple ones were strangled. People did see the victim being pulled into the alleyway, but did not go to investigate or see the alleyway. We went kind of over our notes of the past and history checks and thinking about it, and found out that the people that are being targeted are not the ones that had on-site interviews, but ones that had to go all the way down to the office to be interviewed. So anyone who went to a chapter house for an interview were generally the victims if they were released. And the pattern is that the first deaths were rougher, less planned, more mistakes. These are getting, cleaner. So that was one avenue, to go look into the notes on the old ones again, or investigate around that. The murder started 5 weeks before Coin Keep. So, a week after Ingrid's story, 2 weeks before everyone else's story, I think. Second question, results of the detect magic. Area had been under the effects of a silence spell. So if we go to confront the person, we now know we might have to deal with that. Traces of a transmutation spell that does some kind of reflex enhancement were there. And evocation magic on an object, possibly like the burning blade for carving people. Targets have never been Boros, Azorius, or Demir. So far they've been Guildless, Gruul, or Rakdos, and this was the first Simic. We talked about either going back to the records department, going to talk to the chapter house, going to talk directly to the investigator that was leading it that we got the name of, or going to talk to possibly the Rakdos to see if anyone had been interviewed at a chapter house recently. Yeah, that's all. One question left. Summary done.
Cool. You get 3 golden bottle caps, also known as Zibs. Wait, Zeno.
Okay.
Zeno, Zib, Zenny. Who knows?
Gil.
I will add 3 gold. Because that's how it just looks on the sheet.
Yes.
So
That's also how it looks in your pocket.
Okay. So that's the recap of the episode. Now, where are we in this moment?
In Pan's office.
Y'all are still in Pan's office.
Gotcha.
Frizz, you have just been kind of like, you know that thing where you like
Zoning out.
shuffle your feet and you get that static charge, and it's just really fun to poke someone? You have been prepping for that for like an hour at this point.
Cool.
Despite the fact that you could just literally create static electricity, probably.
It's less fun
I'll buy
to
that.
do it like that.
I can see him shuffling back and forth in socks.
It's like,
All right.
why is your hair
He
standing up?
used to do that, and then he was like, "There's got to be a better way."
Okay.
He has invented something for
You realize you
that.
can just. Yeah.
Did you know the material components for the lightning bolt spell is a glass rod and a bit of fur?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know the material component for Fireball, right?
Back
Back
on
on.
silver, yeah. The material component.
You know the
Used
material
in explosives.
Oh, to address something in chat, it was not a Faraday clone. It actually had lobster pinchers.
Yes.
Yeah.
What were you going to
Something
say?
similar, but not.
The material components for what's it called? The breathe water spell or whatever is just like a piece of reed.
Yeah.
Ah.
What else? What else? Oh, detect thoughts is a copper
Yeah,
coin.
a penny. Uh huh. They're just puns, honestly.
I love it. They're
Puns,
wonderful.
references.
Or
I-
is it the fact that they used it that made it into the sayings?
So one of us should break.
I'm assuming that a penny for your thoughts has been out there for a long time before this.
One of
Yeah,
us
but I'm saying
break
like maybe that
the
came
barrier.
from the spell,
Yeah,
not the other way around.
definitely.
No way to know.
That's the reality I choose.
You reject the reality and substitute your own.
I've been trying my damnedest for 4 years.
I mean, that's role playing in a nutshell, isn't it? Anyways,
Fair
back on
point.
topic.
Ingrid, what did you say? I couldn't hear you earlier.
I was saying, so one of us should probably break the news to Faraday about, his Simic friend.
I was gonna say, break the news that there is effectively a price on his head.
I'm
Or
just
a
gonna
death
go
mark?
knock and see if he's over with Harassa still. And Ingrid wanders away, leaving y'all with Pan.
You would be able to find Faraday just kind of hanging out around the kitchen. Arasa is in there cooking.
So, Faraday, you may want to just come look over some company documents with Pan. Just away with company stuff.
Okay. I guess I'll follow her.
Okay. Arasa is feeding Kay potato and veggie mix.
Yeah.
Y'all head back to Pan's office, I believe. He is kind of just sitting there working on paperwork. He gave y'all the file on the latest killing, pointed y'all at the little side desk, and went back to work. So, yeah.
I would have walked past, when doing that walk, would have walked past both Frizz's room and the lab, so if you wanted to hear anybody going past.
I would hop out.
No, Frizz is in the hallway shuffling back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been
Let's
following them.
over some documents, Frizz, if you want to get in on this, bounty thing. It's actually quite lucrative.
Hunting people
Maybe-
for money.
No, I'd definitely be up for it, but I've got an idea before we do that. But it's not important to tell you what the idea is. Just go. We'll come to this when we can.
Sure. Okay, I brought Faraday, and she brings him over to the file and Rail and Grigum. Okay, now someone else has to tell him.
What?
Tell
Hey,
me what?
Not me.
Not it.
Tell me what?
Ingrid looks over at Grigum. Nope, you said it last,
Am I
Grigum.
fired?
I'm sorry, but my vote counts as 2.
Fair point.
Is it?
Okay, you're up, Braille. I went and got him.
All right.
Are
So,
you letting me
Faraday.
go?
No.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. Nothing like that.
Okay, good.
So I've always been a fan of the pull the bandage off school of telling people things. We think there's an angel trying to kill you.
Still.
Yeah.
Well, we know that.
Is it a different
Me-
angel?
In Aesop, I thought we.
Oh yes,
all
sorry. The
agreed
law.
Aesop
The,
wasn't
the,
counting.
A
Aesop is
different
hopefully
angel.
not an issue for a while. The Lawmaster.
Okay.
He is eating
Yeah,
potato and like sweet peas.
Because we think it just tried to kill you and hit the wrong person.
So, and as she pulls
He's
it out,
gonna
okay,
instinctively
have you
look
ever met
like
this guy?
towards the kitchen. Because, like, thinking of Arasa, like, oh shit, like.
Have you ever met this guy? He works near the Sin Grove area.
I'm assuming
History
she's showing.
check?
Sure, go ahead and make a history check. Yeah.
Nope! Never
Okay.
seen him in my life. I'm
it
assuming a
is-
6
Wait a minute.
doesn't do much.
It is a image of it was once a simic hybrid with a number of tentacles, as well as a secondary set of arms that were crab pincers.
Question: like, how much does it look like Faraday? Like,
Not a exact duplicate. It
okay.
matches a very rough general description of male simic hybrid tentacles.
All right, because I had like a moment of just like, oh god, did she get the wrong person? Like, is Faraday not?
That's our assumption. She got the wrong person and was after.
Well, no.
Fair.
Like, Faraday's wife.
Oh
Oh,
I was like,
no, she is crying. She was
Okay.
more accurate, I think, than the Lawmaster.
I really don't want to entertain that
Which
idea
said
because
something.
that would make things very weird.
So
I see you, GM.
after we were exonerated by the Azorius, you, as the only person who went to the chapter house to be questioned for this crime, were probably under being targeted by the Lawmaster, who may figure out it wasn't you and may still be after you. Just, to let you know, you probably have a death hit on you from an angel.
Again,
Rel can
Another
probably tell you how to deal with that.
Luckily, this is an angel that we're supposed to capture or kill, so we probably won't get in trouble for it if we can take her on. Yeah?
can we kill her?
I am less sure, but it's what our
Yes.
job is right now.
Yeah, but I thought you can't really kill an angel. That's not really how they're
I mean,
being
Our warrant-
works.
Our
Not
warrant
permanently.
just says
If there is a
capture
way, I
or
don't know yet.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that they don't know that it's an angel, but
I tend to doubt that anyone is going to be trying to summon back the Lawmaster if they do wind up dead.
so
So that
first
might
off,
a few hundred
I'd
years.
kind of like to increase security on my wife, who is my wife.
Excellent idea.
Thank you. And how about we arrange another meeting
well,
where
one
I
thing
give
is,
them an update on the Lawmaster?
one thing is you need to not be alone because the Lawmaster tends to strike people alone. So no more going off for walks in the middle of the night.
and if
Must
you
take
do
me
take
with
someone
you.
with you,
Yeah.
I'd be willing to go.
I could make myself not look like myself,
Yeah, angels
Well,
have true sight. That's how
have
they can
true
see my
sight.
scrying.
Oh,
So we have to deal with mundane
Shit.
disguises.
Which I'm pretty good at that, but let's hold that in reserve.
So, Harry, look through these files. See if y'all can find any more information.
But, like, in all
Uh,
seriousness, like, should I go back to the chapter house? Kind of, like,
No.
flicking of the nose, trying to draw this person out, or...
Wait. Yeah, no, actually, that could be a completely solid plan.
Drawing them out is not necessarily a bad plan, but we don't want to do it half-cocked.
We
to
also
know
don't
Yeah,
want
exactly
but it
to
what
get
seems
we're
another
like-
doing.
circle of truth.
Yeah, you definitely
This
want to do
person
this
is-
full cocked.
Yeah, it seems like this is the sort of thing that they're doing emotionally, and the more emotional we make them, the more likely they are to make a mistake.
Yes, but also the more likely they are to rip one of us limb from limb.
Well, they would be able to do that anyway, at least. I mean,
Listen, we
Angel.
killed one angel, we can kill...
I'd rather not like to see them try.
agreed, but I feel like making them be the one to have to play in our court is a better idea than us waiting for them to enact a plan when they would probably press every advantage they have.
Point. The real question is there any good way we can, I guess, lure them into a trap? Something too tempting for them to possibly pass up?
Well, they've
Without
been
putting
killing in
us over.
alleyways, right?
That seems to be what they've
Are
been
anywhere
doing.
alone, but mostly alleys.
So, we set up go to the office. I figured kind of pitter-patter in an alley for a little bit. We all stay above in the buildings. We would need to, obviously get into those buildings, but that could be easily obtained. And as soon as they come through, I can suplex another angel if you'd like. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you will be dropping
Okay.
into a silence, so you won't be able to use spells at that time.
Actually, see, the great thing about my sort of magic is I can. Not infinitely, but I can.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
Also, can silence be counterspelled? Because I thought I've seen you do that a couple of times.
You can
If-
dispel it
Well,
if you're not
I
in
completely
silent.
believe you would be wrong.
If it's a spell and not an effect, and also if you're not there yet and the ambush is being set up, counterspelling the preliminary prep of an ambush would tip the angel off.
Yes. Another thing that could easily be done is if we need an escape plan, I can open a portal to leave. Up to 500 feet away.
With how many people?
It'll be there until I stop making it be there.
Oh, okay. Let's not
But
too
can't
shabby there.
they go through it too?
Yes.
Yes. It'll be okay.
Why do I feel like I'm not
Okay,
sure?
no, see the best thing about that is-
I have
Listen.
concern.
No, it'll be perfectly fine because we can do this into the middle of a crowded street full of soldiers, civilians, and other things. They may be put in danger, but we should have.
I would
like
rather not
bodyguards
put a street
back.
full of civilians into danger if we can avoid it.
We can
I
definitely
also
get a
don't know if
tactical
they can avoid
advantage.
it.
Bad
Yeah.
for business.
Listen, no, we do not want that to happen.
We can
But if
definitely
we
get
are
a
about to
tactical
die,
advantage if we endanger other people.
yes, we have a very good advantage on that. Not necessarily the endangering other people, the other people being there as in like soldiers and other stuff.
If you put us near a squad of Boros soldiers and the angel is a Boros that is high ranking, doesn't that just mean she could issue the
Yeah.
soldiers to grab us?
That is a great question.
I also don't know if killing a Boros angel without specifying that they are the lawmaster ahead of time would also be a great plan.
Yeah, we have to have proof, obviously. For one thing, that means we get paid. Anyone else have anything they want to look through Pan's
fine.
file? I feel like we should get out of his office in the hall, maybe.
Now that you have fresh eyes, I will allow the fresh eyes to make an investigation check if they wish.
Who would that be? Is Rail one of those people?
Yes.
It'd be fair
Sorry,
to
you cut out a lot there.
I have a 1 to investigations.
And what check was that?
Investigation?
Investigation.
Oh, right.
Investigation,
We
right.
already... Right, okay.
So, like, if you have higher than a 1 investigation, I'll help.
I don't. Wasn't he just saying the people that are fresh to the file, or?
Yeah.
Or you want to clarify that?
Yeah, the people who haven't taken a look at it yet.
Yeah, I have a good investigation, but like I don't know. It would be up to the DM if you would be allowed to help me with that.
Yeah, y'all can team up.
Okay, cool. Because I have +6.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to assist.
All right. Let's see. That will be a 22.
Alright, in addition to the 1 question already remaining, you have an additional 2 questions.
Oh, cool.
Okay. That is something.
Huh. What questions do I want to ask? So, what exactly is the thing I'm asking? What's going on exactly?
This
I was
is
confused on that
information
part.
that you are gleaning from Pan's very extensive and meticulous file.
What's listed
Okay.
as there is where the body was found, the results of scrying, the results of detect magic. There's also some reports of witnesses that saw them being pulled into the alley, but not anything that was witnessed, and also like the location and address and stuff we already got.
Names of those people who saw them or saw people go into the alley?
There is, no one saw them go into the alley. There are 3 people that reported seeing the hybrid being pulled into the alley by a unseen force. And their names and, locations of residence are included there.
They are included there.
Yes.
We might
Okay.
want to check up with them, maybe.
Couple of questions.
And this is an unseen force. Yes.
Okay, I'm not like officially asking it. I'm just talking amongst the group. Do we know if she's made a mistake? This person, I don't know why I assumed gender. I apologize.
Almost all angels are female.
They are?
And Ravnica.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hooray!
D&D has a, or
Politically
Magic has a
correct.
thing, literally, it's been stated by the developers that almost all of the angels are female and all the demons are male.
Yes.
Don't know why.
That's
They were just like that.
weird.
Yes. It's very weird.
If it was the other way, that
Yeah.
would
Well, where do you
suggest
think?
a lot of psychological things.
Well,
But
where do you
in
think
any
new tieflings and Aesmer come from?
Oh, can we get the name of the victim? Because it's kind of weird just saying the victim, our Fairdeer clone.
His name would be listed.
Freddy
in it.
Deer.
No, it was Jante, Jante.
Alouetta?
Yeah.
I have another great idea,
Very good.
but it may not be a great idea, but it is definitely an idea.
But okay, so my
Okay.
first question is that has she made mistakes of identity before? And this isn't to the paper, this is to the group. Do we know this? Is this a
We
possibility?
have last time that all the people were interviewed in a chapter house beforehand, as far as we know, and that if there were any mistakes, it was probably on the earliest cases, which were in the 6th precinct and not the 4th, and didn't have laws carved on them. So that was a little bit covered last time.
Doesn't that seem a little strange that they'd make a mistake all of a sudden?
Y'all were kind of
Especially-
missing for like 4 days.
I guess that's fair. But
I mean, maybe it wasn't a mistake. Maybe they were just so frustrated they couldn't get to you that their anger took other avenues.
okay. So I guess the question is, if that's the case, then they're aware that I'm still alive.
If that would be the
Whereas
case.
if it was mistaken identity, they would think that I was dead.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Unless the name was revealed, in the papers or something of the person, and they actually had your name from the chapter house reports, and then they would have realized anyway. I
okay.
think another important question is if they have accomplices in the chapter houses, or if they're just getting access to the paperwork in New Prov. Or
And I think I would remember this, and I'd be willing to make a history check if you want me to, GM. This is somewhat out of character.
Mm-hmm.
The name Faradir didn't come up because when I tried to say that, it didn't come out. I had to give Enrona, or Eldon Enrona,
Yes.
but Faradir was never on the pages, which is Faradir is what most people know me as.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna relay that to the group that the name Faradir didn't come up. So that may also be a point that basically if she was looking at my official name, there wouldn't be any records from the last 2 years or so.
Oh, it's a great thing that we haven't corrected Aras's paperwork to have her real name. We haven't done that, right? We didn't do that. We should check with Cathal if we did that.
Did anyone
Hey,
tell Cathal that her real name was?
I don't think so.
But that also leads to my point that she would be the one connection, which makes me really want to make sure that she has security on her.
You talk to Cathal later.
Fair, dear.
Yes.
So, I have two ideas why she might have killed that specific person. Jacques or whatever.
Jante.
Shantae. What was your name again?
As far as we know, Eldrin Enrona.
Enrona. Did it say Shantae's last name or anything close to that? Is he in Enrona?
He does not
That's
have a last name listed. Surnames are generally either derivative of, like, a location. Like, for example, Omaroma is from Elvish from Roma.
Yeah,
Fair.
or in Middle Ages last names, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you know what lab you originated from?
I don't know specifically, I believe.
Make a history check.
Okay.
Was the Victim Actually Guardian project? It's another important one.
No, there was just a terrible accident at the wharf. Sorry. Wow. Okay.
Crap.
That would be. I don't remember shit. 5.
Okay.
Wait, you're rolling
Well-
that today? Something's weird.
Yeah, because somebody commented on how well I was rolling.
Yeah, but I
few
do it
games
every other
ago.
episode. It's never had done that before, so I think something else is weird. Check your barometer pressure there. You've got a gauge on the wall.
It's funny because he does.
So, yeah.
Protecting the identities of the innocent.
So, hear me out. I'm gonna, Faradir, you, not as you as a person, you as experiment, seem to be
I'm
going
starting to
extremely
get
well.
triggered, but okay.
Listen, I'm not saying you, just your lifespan, the way you've progressed, seems to be better than much of the other experiments that have been going through there. Correct?
That's
You have-
my understanding.
That's your understanding? You are a
Yeah,
proper continuation of the experimentations they've been going through. You're the next logical step to try to emulate that. I highly doubt that if they continue this, which they probably should as a scientist, it will make other people like you. I think there's completely.
I mean,
weird.
they already are.
They already are. Yes. That person,
Yes.
Jay. I'm just calling him Jay because he's dead, and
Dante.
I know, but he's dead, and it feels weird calling a corpse a full name. Because I'm looking at I don't want to look at this from a person perspective. That person was an experiment from the same lab.
When you're ordering around corpses and you just use letters.
See, I thought Ingrid would be the one most hurt by this, but apparently she's just like, yeah, that's pretty fair.
By the way, we have switched over to using the Greek alphabet to name the hurricanes that are developing this season.
Yeah.
Anyway, please continue.
I mean, they could always throw Adolf back.
So, what if this person that we're looking for has a little more information than we've been going for, and that not just targeting a random person, especially a Simic that went to a chapter house, targeting someone from the same lab that you originated from, because it has connections to you.
If
Would
they
you-
are in the Guardian Project, I work with that. I'm on somewhat good terms with my boss. I can make inquiries into, and I don't think Jonte is a very common first name. I think I can make some inquiries regarding that.
If you do, we should probably watch you
Can't
from
hurt.
the rooftop or the street when you leave, and you should message us when you come back. I mean, I know it's only catty-corner to the building, but you might be under death watch here.
Yes.
I can literally just scale the buildings.
That won't matter if you're being dragged by an invisible force.
Yeah, that didn't help the other one. Any of the other ones. As far as we know, none of the Lawmaster's victims have actually escaped so far as we know.
I'll take Rail and Frizz with me.
To your Simic top secret facility?
Yes, I know what you're up to.
You've already said you're not letting me go swimming. I can't even swim right now. You know what? If we have to do water breathing, you have to do it. I can't even do that right now.
Okay.
I mean, I can swim. I just can't, good swim.
So, we probably should check that
Wearing
out.
armor. I wouldn't suspect you would.
I mean, I could.
Yes.
pour.
So, I mean, the reality is that we have messaging abilities around. Like,
But
I don't
also the
have
fact
to
that-
be there in person.
You have at least 3 ways to contact him without actually leaving this building, by my count.
We probably should
Yeah,
do
and
that
I think
before
that
we
that would
leave.
probably be a good idea. And I don't think that this is considered to be something we need secret, right? Like, if they send, a letter back or something, this wouldn't
Like, you're just
necessarily
gonna
be
write
sensitive
your
information.
boss?
Yeah.
Like, take a postcard, drop it in the mailbox right outside the building, and, wait for them to take it across the corner to the other building. That's 50 feet from us.
You don't know that!
Mm-hmm.
We watched you go there
What?
when you were injured. We
Yes.
watched you from the rooftop.
What?
Yes,
Why?
when you had the ankle injury, yeah.
Because you weren't sneaky and we were worried about you.
It was quite funny, to be honest.
I'm still worried about you. That building's damn creepy. I mean, the guy that opened the door is the same one that worked for that mad Dr. Cardot.
Wait, what?
Guy with the red hair at your Simic building.
That's not the thing that I'm concerned
Open
about.
the door. is the same one who worked for that insane Dr. Cardot that literally pulls madness out of people and makes them into weird worm creatures. And we were told not to mess with because he was super bad news and used to work in that building.
Wait, okay, so seriously out of character. I didn't know that until now, right?
Yeah, this is new information to you.
This is just like, what? Wait.
This is new information to all of y'all.
Well, you were there. Your Scion friend that was all like, I blasted you all with energy on the way out. These things are killing me. Was like, don't mess with Dr. Cardot. He's seriously pulling things that people should not mess with. Like, you remember that?
Yeah, okay, that part I get.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Let's go back to that person worked for
The head
Dr.
of the
Cardot.
asylum, Dr. Cardot. That's one of his same people that did reception. I mean, I recognized him, and it's a good thing he probably wasn't looking up.
And now you're telling me this?
Well, you were in the middle of surgery back then, and I kind of thought you knew.
How would I... You think I wouldn't
You're
mention that? I mean, I probably wouldn't, but still.
I mean, how long did you know about the secret lab with monsters? I mean, I just assume we all
That
have
was
our
different. It
secrets,
was
fair
work.
dear.
That was work, he says.
Exactly.
I
It
mean,
wasn't my key
I don't.
secret to keep.
Speaking of, I
I'm
do
very...
work this
I
evening
am
with
very...
Golgari, but you can come with me if you want. We're just going to have them be hauling around like 100 corpses through the streets.
That
I
sounds
mean,
like
technically, I don't have secrets.
Okay,
You just
so-
don't ask me questions.
So what you're saying is if I send a message, like, unless I'm directly messaging him, this could be intercepted by people that could have very bad intents.
I mean, if you
Yeah.
put it in the
Well,
mailbox,
you know what? It could happen no matter how we mail it out. There are always people watching. Might as well just do it now.
y'all
Yeah.
do still have 2 more questions.
What are they gonna do? Attack us while we're all in here?
Probably.
Never do that.
I've done it before.
you should probably talk to Cathal about if your wife's paperwork was ever updated and tell her not to, in case it comes up, though, before we leave.
Hang on. Okay, and he's like gonna grab like a piece of paper. Like, okay, so first item of business. Check wife's
Ouch.
name on paperwork. Second order of business.
Your wife, if you have any siblings.
In the
What'd you
new
say?
headquarters,
Wife, if you have any siblings.
and
Fair
Just to make
dear?
sure that Jay isn't with. Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah, shoot.
I know
Anybody
Carter
connect with
used to be in the new headquarters, and then I guess they took him to the secret lab, and he started working there because the worm creatures were there. I mean, that's his old lab. He's been gone he was missing for 6 months when we found sign of him in the other lab.
there's no
quick-
family names attached. Sorry, continue.
So, quick question.
Hmm.
I don't know if this is something I would know in character, but
Also, don't mention my name while you're in there.
Cardot was like, he was officially part of the Semic, and then when they found out about that, he was excommunicated.
No,
Is that how that happened?
No, he went missing.
he's just been missing for like almost 8 months now.
As
Okay.
far as I know, he was a member in good standing from what we were told, but the guardian person said, don't mess with him. He's messing with pure madness and stuff. I mean, back when, they were keeping people locked up and experimenting on them in the insane asylum, and Marlon helped get some of them out. Like, back then, he was in perfectly good Simic standing. Even when
So,
there were monsters coming from people.
just to be clear, Simic are well aware of his experiments, and he's still
I don't know.
in good standing with the Simic as
I have
far as
no idea.
this is out of character. As far as like,
To the
We
best of
don't
your
have
knowledge, yes.
yes,
You have no idea what Ingrid is talking about, or if any of that information has come to light to the greater Simic community.
okay, so that's not like just like known information. Like, yeah, this guy was doing crazy things. Okay. Gotcha. So I'm going to be like, I need like notes.
So don't mention me,
About-
okay?
I mean, you saw skin gloves there the last time you went to the asylum. The Simics have a pretty good tolerance for weird.
I'll write
Yes.
you an account of what about the creature that was in with the patient that turned into worms. I will write that and hand you the paper, but don't mention my name or any firm time frames while you're there. And don't talk to the red-haired guy.
Okay. Is there anyone else I should avoid?
I don't know. I mean, the other person that I met there is gone now, so.
Okay.
Hand you the paper.
This is over the creature that was in the cell with him, right? The notes describe a 2.5-foot tall creature with a covered in small spikes, large large teeth, a lipless mouth, and kind of semi-luminescent red eyes.
Could I do a nature or arcana check?
Arcana check.
Okay. Well, I need to use a different die. That would be a 6.
Yeah, no idea what this is.
And he was just keeping it in with the patient. Said he pulled the darkness out of them.
I think I need to AFK for a second.
Alrighty.
Be right back.
Okay.
Sorry, dog needs out.
So, Frizz, what are your thoughts on experimenting on people?
Depends on how much you get paid.
Like, what if
But-
they were kidnapped?
What if we were kidnapped?
What if the people were kidnapped? Like,
They were kidnapped.
yeah.
It depends on the experiment.
Mm-hmm.
Though, really not great.
Does it depend on if there is it or not?
Well, people are people, but if there isn't, and they've been kidnapped,
No.
well,
If the
if the isn't are experimenting,
and
well,
kidnapped.
it's happened before. Usually we go for a little better option of experimentation, but it's happened. Not personally, of course.
Woof. Woof.
I prefer the method of, putting out advertisements with high pay and then just not paying them. But
I mean, that's slightly better.
right, it's only involved in like my old lab being cleaned up several times. Why I do not work at the old lab anymore, but that's perfectly fine.
But like, if there was, say, like a whole research lab doing that, that's not something that Izzard would want to look into? Or you in particular?
You're putting me in a tight position right now. As the experiments could be pretty cool.
So you're saying talk to you later over dinner?
Did you just ask him to
Maybe.
dinner?
Well, that's how you you're networking. You get people to work with you, right?
Fair.
I'm not commenting. I ain't commenting.
No, I've been watching Burn Notice. That is definitely how you get people to work with you.
Yeah,
To get
that's fair.
information.
That or threaten them.
Exactly.
Where did I come back to?
Ingrid's better at the first than the second.
Yeah. Lots of stuff. You came back to lots of stuff.
You'll still have 2 questions.
So that counted as one of their new questions about the
Good question.
witnesses, right?
Yeah.
You came back to Ingrid asking
Yeah.
Frizz how he feels about people being kidnapped to be experimented on, and how he feels about it if it was the Is It doing it. And then him kind of hedging his opinion, and Ingrid asking him to dinner to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll discuss this more later.
Yeah.
He's got a murderer to try to take down.
Yes.
Yes, that'll be fun.
Speaking of the murder, I have another plan. So we cannot teleport into a crowd of people, and especially Boros soldiers, because they might attack us.
Mhm.
But if we happened to, say, a pretty narrow opening in the ground to a pretty open, like, alcove or something, where we could store a bunch of undead. If we had help from a certain Golgari member, then we
Like
could just
after
teleport the
we
angel
were
into them.
Grab
So
a bunch
you
of
think
undead?
that having an
Yeah.
undead attack will be less provocative to the Boros than landing on their freaking head,
No.
and
Hear me out,
then
hear me
the
out.
possibility of an angel saying arrest them.
Listen, we're here on the road. We got buildings, there's like an angel attacking us. Little tiny hole in the ground, pocket of space, with in a little area full of undead. We all go down there, and we can be led around by a certain Golgari who knows the way underground.
Are you going to be
While the
able
group of undead just attack the angels.
to see to do a portal to there if we did a portal?
I'll say if we can get a way to see down there. That's what I'm saying. We need literally just we can make a tunnel. There are tools for that.
Mm-hmm.
But that would
talking
probably be
an
the best plan of
oubliette.
action.
Oh, what'd you say,
I
Gernot?
again think
You're
that
talking an oubliette, a place that you put someone and then you close up and then you forget that it exists.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
have any undead until after this evening. I could probably borrow them, but our time frame of borrowing all the extra undead I've brought is probably pretty narrow because, once they already have them loaded, they're going to want to take them below.
Yeah, the other point is I think we need some evidence as to why this angel is destroyed before we destroy the angel. Because I'm pretty sure it's just straight up murder otherwise.
Well,
Aren't the Azorius after them too?
if an angel comes down and sets up silence and is waiting in an alley to try to kill you and has a magic blade, and I try to scry and we can't scry, and then you get attacked, that's pretty good witness report in matching circumstances. But you might have to get attacked first. Not gonna lie, you might have to make it a second or two.
Question.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but the Azorius did also want them to be arrested, correct?
Azorius entered the bounty, yes.
Yes, there is a bounty. So that means that we're just hunting a bounty, and the Azorius... God damn, I do not want to say this properly, but they might be able to back us up again.
I feel like since we're dealing with such a high-ranking person, they need to be in the loop.
So, drop by and talk to the Azorius and say, hey, we think your paperwork and is being looked at by a Boros angel, and an angel's the lawmaster? I'm just checking what the plan is. No judgment.
I mean, okay, so
Another alternative
somewhat
plan.
slightly out of character. So I know silence because I have it. I'd be familiar with it. It's 20 feet. That's a 20 feet radius, not diameter, right?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah, 40 feet zone.
I think that you two have spells that go way beyond 40 feet.
Yeah.
Like, as
We
long
don't
as
know
you
if the
keep,
zone
like,
moves with the angel or not, and we know the angel tends to attack physically. So there's nothing to say that the angel couldn't get in our zone and block spells.
it's a zone. It's not on a target.
We don't
And I
know.
know that.
We know how
that
the
because I have it.
But what if it's on a magic item or something?
Possible, but the point is that as long as you keep, and I'm probably going to be telling them because I'm assuming because I have it, I know how the physics of it work. That you just have to keep within 40 feet away from it. You should be good. I think that the idea that you guys are just going to be completely out of the fight isn't necessarily a given.
Oh, we never said we'd be out of the fight. We just said you had to be attacked first to show they're guilty.
Yeah.
It will have to be attacked first, and it has to be very obvious what's going on, and not just, he was jaywalking or something. Justice. I mean,
I have another amazing idea.
Well, let's
So-
hear it.
Do we need to be attacked now?
not necessarily. I don't think we need to necessarily do it now. I just think that between waiting for them to attack and provoking an attack that we know
Well, hear
of,
me out.
the second one is better, but it doesn't have to necessarily be like this minute or this day.
How about we give ourselves a 10-day buffer?
A 10-day. All right.
Okay, but
Why don't we
I
just
think
set
that
the new
if we're going
prov?
to do that, I need to
Now, hear me
really
out.
investigate some of my
This is not hearing
family
you
to
out.
make sure. I will let you just let me finish my point, and I will, if
Finish
that's
your point,
okay.
yes.
I value your input. Yeah, I don't want to say otherwise, but I do think if we're waiting 10 days, I need to spend that time figuring out some of my family so that they're not pulled in and threatened if the angel knows that I'm still alive.
And that's perfectly fair. So, let's talk to your wife. Let's have you reconcile with family. And let's take a family vacation over to New Prov during this whole event. Because I would highly believe that with every single guildmaster being there for several days, that it would be highly guarded everywhere because they would be attacked. Exactly.
I'm gonna give like a hearty slap on the shoulder.
All right, cool. How much lightning damage do you take from me rubbing my feet together this entire time?
Take 2 lightning damage.
Well then,
Damn it, I was saving that.
I am not healing that.
Yeah, we're
I
best
mean,
bros ever. I'm not healing that.
but I mean, what if the lawmaster kills more people?
I only heal serious damage, not damage from people being dumb.
I guess we've
I
never
will-
been seriously damaged then.
And we're supposed to be doing our training and our interviews, right? During this time?
True.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The whole rank up thing.
Because,
Holy
Cathal
shit.
said we had interviews coming up. I don't know when that is. We should probably check in about when we're supposed to be interviewing people.
Fucking hell, dude, really?
Oh, right, we're running a business.
Yeah, we probably need to make sure our tax returns are in order, and because I mean, we're in enough hot water with the Azorius already. But yeah, I think we may want to take time to kind of regroup, see what's going on,
Yeah, let's see what's
get
going
some more
on.
information.
Get some more information, and then probably be attacked. Before we leave this area and go and get all that information, we
And
need
you're
an
prob-
emergency plan. I'm just saying before we leave this building in general,
Okay.
in case we get ambushed.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What are we
in-
leaving to do? Sorry.
I have no idea, just in case.
Okay.
We've been prone to walk around at random times, and if you're going to be attacked, we could all be attacked. It may not just be you.
I mean, I'm the one that's been scrying on her.
Yeah, and I mean, I might not be attacked because I've only been here for so long, but it definitely could be a possibility. So,
I mean, all of us but Grigum were being followed around by little Azorius spy bugs because we were suspicious.
that is also true.
Grigum's probably the safest.
Grigon's probably the safest.
Mm.
So, if we get attacked at any point leading up to whenever, before we go to attack them, if they attack us, our best bet is to flee, I believe.
I can help.
And best bet is to flee to probably anywhere that does not have Boros soldiers. Even hell,
Well, we
any other guild,
don't know
even
if-
Rakdos
We
would be
also
a better safe area.
don't know if if any of the Azorius at the chapter houses have been feeding information and reports.
That is also true. This bet might be to head underground though.
I mean, I don't know if Rail can go to see Devotion right now. That might be really awkward.
Yeah.
Or we all go to see Devotion. And that would just be cool.
Cool is one way to describe it. I don't think the angel would go in there to attack us. There is
Exactly.
that.
The
but-
angel wouldn't.
But there are maybe other complications.
And we'll get to those when we get to those.
Right. So
Yeah,
just to check, our plan is if an angel tries to kill us, we flee and we ask Devotion for sanctuary? Is this our
No,
plan? I don't know if I like this plan.
How hard
Well,
is
then
it
let's
to
head
set up
underground.
those lens of truth?
Probably not too hard.
Well,
That could
And
be
if it is
nice for
hard,
the
then it's not enough.
interviews.
really fair, dear? Well, I mean, I guess it would stop us from, hiring someone that was just stalking you and actually your wife this time.
Well, also,
Probably.
if there's possibly an angel trying to get in, we're letting people in for interviews.
I think we would kind of
Yeah.
know if an angel's
Yeah.
trying to get in, maybe.
I
The
think this
door
has
is
They're
to
waiting to
literally
give it
left
away.
unlocked 90% of the time.
I didn't hear the first of what you said.
The door is literally left unlocked 90% of the time. There's even like a sign out that says during work hours this door must remain unlocked.
Yeah. We haven't got attacked yet. I haven't.
I think that
In this group.
at least
In this
I
building.
should probably be kind of keeping my head down for a little bit.
So you're not going with me to go get the zombies. Got it.
No.
Okay, if any of us need to leave, we all need to leave together.
Oh, I mean, I have to go see Valora, too. Does that mean y'all are going to Roma?
She has a clone.
I think heading to Roma would probably be safer than a lot of stuff here.
I mean, I was just going to stay the night there, talk to her, and then come back in the morning. But
That's fair.
I'm sure the extra rooms are still there, so If anyone wanted to come, they could.
Personally, I believe that until the time being, because our lives are possibly at stake, we should all stay together.
I have maybe a bad question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway.
Okay.
Would there be one additional room?
One
There
what?
Oh, additional room? Well, the problem is there's not additional drameds.
We could put two
You need
in
an
common.
additional room. Are you trying to bring your wife? Why would you need an additional room?
Yes.
She's your wife, after all.
Because, I mean, Mavana is
Wow.
riding...
Hey.
I mean, we have Mavana riding one of the drameds and Grigum riding Fairdeer to go down there already. I mean, at
Grigum
some point I
riding
need to get us
Fairdeer?
more drameds.
Running through here.
Right?
Exactly. It's not even a problem.
It's the book. The book is throwing me off, guys.
Look, I'll just go out and get a donkey to ride. It's fine.
In the Undercity? In the tunnels?
It'll be fine.
In the dark?
Arasa's not like wearing armor. I'm pretty sure Grigum and Arasa would probably count as one other armored individual,
Well,
weight-wise.
So Grigum was riding K because small and medium.
Yes.
We're on drameds because medium and large. So she couldn't ride with Grigum.
Poor Kay.
Right, she can... Wait,
Unless you have-
Dromeds can take two people, right?
No, they
No.
are
Oh,
not strong.
okay.
They're fast.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I feel like I should get us some more drameds later. That is definitely something I should do for how many people we move around. I'll next time I go see Rithin, I'll get us some more drameds. Okay, no one disagrees. I'm noting it in my
No
log.
one disagrees.
If I'm gonna go, I
I'm gonna
kind of
have a
want
whole
Arasa
herd of the damn things.
Yes.
Could we breed them?
Ingrid might retire to breed drameds or something.
Y'all only have been
As I said.
allowed to purchase females.
I thought you said on the
Can
first
we
group
find
I
the
was the
silver?
only female.
I'm sorry, what? I did not hear what someone said, so I need someone to say what they
I'm
said
not
again.
sure what Frizz said. I said I thought on the first group you said Ingrid's was the only female.
I may have misspoke.
Okay.
And said the only female when I meant there is no females. Or there is no male. Sorry. I'm getting my genealogy mixed up.
Listen, my brain is turning into mush now as well. Don't worry about it. I don't know what it is. It's
I'm getting there.
This is very early for some reason.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're
And-
like in game. We're like lunchtime or sooner, right?
Yes.
Like we're still early
Yeah.
morning. Ingrid's plans aren't till evening, so
And
if
y'all
anyone
still
else has
got
any
two
other
more
stuff,
questions. I'm just sitting here waiting for y'all to go like, hey, can we know about this?
I mean, I asked two questions last time, so I kind of feel like I need to sit back on this one.
No,
I am drawing a blank. It's if you've got something, please. It's
Have we figured out how they researched the victims?
Well, we know they used detect magic. We know they used scrying. We know they noted everything that was at a location. We know they noted the location, the victim, and any witnesses, and took names. So we know all that has been done. Is there something else you were thinking of on research?
Like mainly, do they take in other people for questioning about them, or is it just
what's the forensics process here?
Who would they question?
They questioned three
Family members?
people in the area that witnessed it.
Or
Forensically,
sorry, when I
what would
say
ha-
question, I mean the lawmaster.
Forensically, what happens is that the Azorius isolate the crime scene area, then use a combination of specialized divination magics to gather information that's not readily available. Attempt to summon the spirit and or ghost of the deceased to see if they were capable of testifying. And then record any information and pass it on to investigators.
But were they able to get
No.
the ghost or spirit?
No,
Is
that's already
that
been-
unusual?
Not every spirit lingers.
Okay.
I guess a question could be, have any of them lingered? But I kind of suspect the answer is no, or we would have seen it in our other reports when we went to New Prov. So does that count as a question from
No.
Fairdeer about their process? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get filled in on because I, out of character, was not here for a game, so that was just me trying to. catch up.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not really sure if I have any more questions.
I mean, we could always leave Pan to do his research here and come back later on and not disturb him for like all day.
Y'all have had 6 months to ask the Demir questions. And y'all are holding on to these questions. I'm not leaving y'all with 2 more questions. They're like, oh, we can ask it at some point.
Yeah, that's kind of not how that works.
I'm seriously drawing a blank. I don't know what to say. You've given us more questions.
What's kind of the time frame between when the victim testifies or is interviewed and when she strikes?
That would not pertain to this
No,
case.
that's between 8 and 24 hours.
Yeah.
And our questions can only be about this case because that's all his research file has. You can make history rolls on other stuff, or we can go back to New Prov for more.
I'm not
in-depth
saying
questions.
when y'all finish I'm not saying that if y'all don't use these 2 questions, y'all will never be able to access this case file again. What I'm saying is if y'all come, like, we're done and y'all leave, those 2 questions are not floating free in the air somewhere. You will have to reinvestigate.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that the do they have an accounting of the victim's schedule on the day of? Was that the first time the victim was alone for the day?
No.
And were they on their normal pattern for the day when they were attacked?
The schedule is listed. The victim was resided in that area. Their schedule frequently took them past that alleyway. They were alone at other points during the day.
But they waited basically for a time that they'd watched them. They'd seen that was a popular place. They could set it up, be an ambush kind of thing.
That would be the impression that you could draw from that, yes.
Yeah, okay. I think about it.
Did y'all want to go to the New Prov files?
I mean, either way.
It could
But
help.
if we're all going, I'd like to take my wife with me.
I feel like we need to check in with Cathal though, to make sure we're not like about to leave the day of interviews or something.
Fairdeer, I would say
Sure.
you know that this building is very heavily defended, with at least one contingent of your crew here at any given point, as well as a very high-level spellcaster.
And it can't be scryed
fair.
upon.
That's fair. Okay. Yeah, let's see. I mean, I'd be willing to do the interviews and stuff.
Well, let's just make sure that we're not like leaving on the day of or something. Check with Cathal. At least, and if we're not ready to, stage a fair deer trap yet, we can see if there's anything we should be doing in the meantime, and we can start looking into supplies for a fair deer trap. Like, if we're using the corpses, we have a pretty narrow window, though. It would have to probably be tonight.
The only thing is that if we're doing the interviews today, I don't know if I should show up in person.
To the interviews inside our office?
Yes.
Fair deer, you're just being paranoid.
And
Everything's
this is
fine.
coming from Ingrid.
Okay.
This is coming from Ingrid with magical armor that tells her everything's fine and good, though.
Fair enough. No, it doesn't tell her everything is fine and good. It just makes her supremely confident.
Yeah. Though, I mean, there is something to be said for going to see the Rakdos to see if anyone's been interviewed recently at a chapter house, in case the lawmaster doesn't think that Fairdeer's still alive. And, it could potentially save one of Devotion's followers. So there's that. So, I mean, I'm not saying that going to the Rakdos is a dead end. I'm just saying, like, running there, hey, we're being haunted by an angel, can we have sanctuary, might put us in a bit of a pickle.
I don't think that's the best way of going.
I mean,
let's see what's on the document.
Kind of, shown that if he does a service, he expects a lot of return things, and he's never actually called it even from before. And, that was before we stayed in a Rakdos establishment as our office for 6 months. We might not have as much credit as we think built up with him. I mean, y'all heard that the bathhouse was one of, like... everyone knows that, I'm sure.
Let's go talk to Cathal.
All right. Cathal is easy enough to locate. She is in her personal library. There is a very large mechanical device in the center of the floor that she is attaching steel plates to as you enter.
Would Arcana be the right one?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
What?
I'll assist Frizz, since Ingrid was like, hey, what is that? I'll assist Frizz.
Okay.
21.
21?
29.
29? You're not 100% sure what it is because it's not finished, but that is a very large gun barrel at the top, it looks like.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Like, what's the largest caliber you can think of? Double that.
Okay.
So, like a 50 cal, like it's 100 caliber.
Oh. That's a cannon.
She looks up. Oh, 1 second. She goes over to her table, picks up a number of small kind of handbooks, and hands each one to you. They are each marked AQ-T3. He's like, you have 36 hours to finish reading these.
Or does it explode or something?
Or I will shoot you.
Oh, okay. Cool if it exploded, but alright.
Flips through the first couple pages to see what they've got.
It is a training manual.
Hooray. Yeah, so, we're supposed to do interviews at some point?
Finish your homework first.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I guess, Rail, you're not going to get to the juicy part of that book series where Devoted is mentioned in book 3.
She, make a perception
That's
check,
okay.
Ingrid.
Just me, Army, and
Just you.
the dragon. Okay. Okay. Oh, now 22.
Cathal arches an eyebrow at you.
The salty books were great, but we're obviously going to read these first and not delay on reading other stuff.
Of
I
course
think
not.
there's a typo here.
That is a glyph.
Oh, sorry, must be a cuff ground.
She just looks at you.
Spice
Yeah,
Murmur.
like Faradir's just literally just standing there, like absorbed in reading.
Spice Murmur. Hey, Rail, are you done with that book? Can I give it back to her?
I never had a chance to review more, did I?
I like the fact that the questions of what book, who are you talking about? Did you get a chance to read that book so I can give it to her? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. That's how you know they're related.
No context necessary.
She goes back to work fitting metal panels into place over the thing.
Yes, we're doing some reading for a bit, guys, until evening, and then I'm gonna go hang out with, the crew.
Is that everything you needed?
Griffin's not there, right?
Who? I'm assuming Graham's traveling with y'all.
I may need you to send a message to my boss later. I'll
Fair
figure
dear,
it out.
weren't you going to cover about if Arasa's name ever got changed in the employee log to see if maybe the lawmaster
yeah.
that maybe tried to kill you would be hunting down your wife here at this location or any paperwork? I mean, that's what we came here to double check with Cathal, right?
That thing.
Cathal blinks. Who's
If it's not,
Arasa?
we should change it then.
Okay. Thank you. You're a valued employee of this company.
I don't work for you.
You're a valued person of my friendship.
Damn it. She goes back to, she grabs, a ratchet and starts tightening
We love you,
bolts.
Cathal! I'll order in dinner. I'm going to literally go to the door and then see if there's any street food vendors set up outside within 120 feet.
Really?
There are actually several vendors that are
Really?
being set up in the street.
We shouldn't go outside.
I
I'm
went
gonna
to
go out
the
and look
door.
for
I went to
food
the
coverage.
door.
She went out to the door and looked around. This is basically going out to the front door, looking around and going is there a taco car out here?
Yes, I mean we have big windows in the front. too.
God,
can
we are
see
such
in.
millennials.
Okay, what was around?
There is an avocado toast stand. No, I'm kidding. There are a few food carts that are set up in the semi-urbanized area that y'all reside in. For the most part, they have the little, now that you know to watch for it, they have the Harlequin divide with the diamonds on them at some location on the cart. Or on the person pushing or working the cart. There's a number of options, such as a kind of thick bread spread with a sweet cream butter, and topped with shredded hot meat of one sort or another that, makes the kind of a butter melt and mix with the bread, softening it, making a very kind of savory handheld treat.
So Ingrid's going to use message to contact the vendor cart.
There, okay.
Hello, can you deliver? We're in an office meeting. Could we get some of that bread stuff for lunch? I'll give you 2 gold for delivery and food.
Tell them where you are.
There is like
agency here.
there's a moment's like, hello.
What? I'm at the front of the agency. See, I'm waving.
Is it? What is? How is? I can't.
It's a spell.
I need to go AFK for a second.
Okay. Yes. I'll say yes. Please don't hurt me.
If you can bring us lunch, I'll give you 2 gold for it.
Okay, I can Okay, I can do that. Yes.
There's 6 of us. 7.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I can do that. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'll stay right here by the door for it.
Like, the person is looking around, very confused.
Second side agency. I'm at the door. I'm the one waving. I've got the green and black dress with the mushrooms.
He looks around, looks at you, his eyes get wide, and he starts pushing the cart down the road very quickly.
Away from me?
Yes.
Aw, at least tell me why you don't want to come up.
No response.
Guys!
I'm going to randomly cast magic on this stranger. It'll be fine.
Do you even eat food anymore?
I don't have to. Aw.
For the record, Orissa has been doing most of the cooking.
I was just gonna order in so that we'd have some extra stuff for our stay in and study.
You have a fully stocked kitchen. And at least 2 people that are capable of cooking for you. But if you really want to order food in, there are other carts out there.
No, that's okay.
Again.
I've already scared enough people away for today.
We're gonna have the Azorius knocking on our freaking door. Yeah, somebody didn't consent to being hit by a spell.
What if this is the event that causes the angel to find us?
And Ingrid closes the door. I'm going to be in the library reading my book until evening then. Oh, when we're done researching, we should probably discuss if, Rybald used to be one of, the ancient emirs, because he did that tableau with all the vampires and stuff. From back when they weren't just merchants and they tried to kill the guild pack. We should probably talk about that later. I think that could have actually been the scene he died in, because that body there? Anyway, library.
What? So are we doing a study group thing, or is it going to be?
I'm just going to sit in the library to read. You can come
library
in there employee handbooks.
Yeah, let's all just kind of group study.
Well, if you're just going to study, I have some research to do.
You have to study as well.
Don't forget to finish your handbook. You can't read all night like I can.
You have 36 hours to finish it once you start reading.
Wait, once you start reading, damn it!
Wait, once you start reading, so we could just not read?
You'll get
And
in
then
trouble.
it'll be
Started.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm gonna join
Yeah.
Ingrid in the library.
I'm also Joining Ingrid in the library.
Okay. Is everyone not joining Ingrid in the library?
Okay.
I might wander around.
Okay.
Be right back. I'm having a nosebleed.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Well, this seems like a perfect time to take a break.
Yeah.
So, everyone back at 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please be back at
Also,
1 Eastern
Okay.
time.
You're right back.
if you're going to in character order anything, you should order some of that coffee.
You know, that... No, I mean, I don't have to sleep anyway. You could order some coffee. I mean, that coffee was way more expensive than the amount that I get to spend as a account each day. That was like, what, 26 gold for 3 coffees?
Yes.
Or 4? Something like that.
4.
Speaking of coffee, I'm gonna brew some.
I'm going to take a short nap. 15-minute power nap.
13-minute. Go.
Alright.
Alright, we got the intermission screen up. Run.
Say.
Okay, so are you sure about that? Because it's like 61 degrees outside, and I really want to just go and hibernate.
I love the cold. Like, that is my favorite. Winter's my favorite season.
Yeah.
I mean, aside
swimming.
from being summer, there's still fall. You're supposed to be a winter hibernator.
Yeah. I miss summer. I miss swimming.
Summer with the
Yeah, this was
passing.
the year with no summer. By the way, Equilibrium says welcome back.
Hi, Equilibrium.
Yay!
Glad you could join us.
Live?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, we've been live.
say that next time.
I waited for you to be finished.
Mm,
I knew what I'm doing.
you didn't wait for me to be finished straightening my
That's
bra
the problem.
straps.
Only you knew
Oh.
what you were doing.
I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Okay. I took a 15-minute nap and I want more.
Yeah.
Want to call it quits?
No, I'm not allowed to do that.
I mean, you are.
No, I'm not. Where were we? Right, y'all were reading in the library with Ingrid, with the exception of Grigham, who's going walking somewhere. Did I get
Sounds
that right?
about right.
Oh, why do I keep
Everyone,
getting
no one should leave. We shouldn't be alone. Grigham, I'm going for a walk.
Ingrid, I'm gonna go outside and talk to people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
did
cast
in the
random
doorway.
spells
We
on
have-
them.
We have like big windows in the front where we can be seen anyway. I just opened
Okay,
the
yeah.
door.
And then was like, cast a spell on a random stranger who then fled as soon as he saw you.
I'm going to send Hermes to keep an eye on Grigham. How about that?
Okay.
Okay,
Hopefully, I remember to make Hermes a bird again.
Hermes
Watch
is
is
a bird.
probably going to help me read.
Oh, something
Well,
important
yeah, I can help
forgot
you
to tell
read,
you
and
all.
Hermes can keep an eye on Grigham.
Guys, I completely forgot this. I'm sorry. This is super important. The background music is provided by Sirenscape.
Ah, yes. No,
Yeah.
very important.
Yes, thank you.
And I want a nap. Let's continue playing.
So we're all in the library together reading the same thing, right?
Nope, every
Yeah.
one of your books is different.
Oh,
Ah, piss. I was gonna have an amazing idea.
Oh,
We could all just do stuff and one person read the book aloud. Why are they all different? Wait,
Because everyone has a different job.
Fair Deer, can we trade?
after I'm done.
Alright.
all right.
That'd be great though. Like we all just like counter train each other's jobs.
Wait, if we all read ours aloud at the same time. I'm just kidding.
We'll just be super
Yeah.
confused.
No, we'll learn 5 times as fast.
It's like, if I set the oven to 500 degrees, this 250 for an hour cook will be done in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I
Multiply
still
by 10, it'll be done in 30
kind of
seconds.
plan to accompany the Golgari tonight and then go see Mom.
Well, how thick is the training manual?
It'll take you 36 hours to read.
Play 36 hours. Alright.
Damn.
She didn't give you a time set. She's like, you have 36 hours to read this. I believe y'all were talking about ordering coffee. Yes.
So the distinction is not this must be done in 36 hours. This is 36 hours worth of reading. Go start.
Yes.
There was a death threat in there somewhere, so
She didn't threaten death. She threatened injury.
Oh yeah, then I'm
Oh,
perfectly
that's
fine.
somewhere.
Joke's on her, I'm into that.
I mean, the answer would support it.
It's like, hey, this person broke my ankle. Oh, hi guys, this is my wife.
Hey, maybe you can get Coral Ritz next time.
It's like, look, it's not the first time I've been critically injured, and I didn't even lose any mobility, really.
So my plan is to read till evening and then take the Dromid
This
out
time.
to accompany the Golgari.
Okay. Does anyone else have any plans they wish to allocate on? Is that the right word?
To follow
Elucidate?
Ingrid.
Sorry, I know that you've said before, but what time is it?
It is now getting around 3 o'clock.
Okay. And I'm assuming like regular coffee is a thing.
Yeah.
In this world. Yeah, probably just gonna
It's called
cup of coffee. Start
Exhaustion
reading.
is also a mechanic in this world if you intend to stay up all night.
Not all night, but just
Just looking at a couple
into
of
the
extra
evening
hours.
and some coffee to kind of keep study up.
Yeah, for me, I'm mostly just wandering around, getting the lay of the land kind of nonsense. It's like see how everyone's working and whatnot. And like,
Alright, most of the
just in
people...
case, just pretty much like, here's what the normal is. What happens if something goes wrong, kind of thing. So,
Yeah, that's actually pretty valid considering all the major shakeups in the guilds.
Okay, so, is there anyone specific that you're wanting to talk to about that, or...
no, I just want to be an observer.
Okay. Huh. Alright, so,
Maybe an insight check? I don't know.
yeah, I would say go with an insight check.
And I claim that not because I'm trained in it, it's like, which I'm not.
Sorry, bear with me, I am a very tired GM. And so, like, my focus is coming in and out every now and then.
That wasn't such a bad roll.
I hear that.
A total of 18.
18. Generally, in most cases, the guilds in emergency situations have a very specific reaction that is kind of hunker down, isolate individual cells, get lower level people who are not as able to defend to secure locations. People that are more combat capable then move in to secure where incursions or the danger may be, and proceed to report back what is going on and work either in tandem groups or individually to eliminate threats.
Right, everybody hunker down, keep within 6 feet of each other, and only those necessary can go to the workspace. Got it.
Pretty much, yes.
Where have I heard that before?
and everybody else worked from home. I mean, I guess it's good general advice for an emergency.
Yeah.
Reading.
Well, I'm gonna my right as a Ravnican to. I'm not gonna finish that.
Yeah.
That joke's very
Yeah, let's
hard.
not even entertain that.
After a while we're reading, you could tell that Ingrid's mind is still wandering because she's like, Ribald brought Opal here from a forest. I don't think we even have any forest. Do you think Opal's a fallen? And then she goes back to reading.
You know what's in a forest?
Huh.
A tree. And you know what grows from trees? Apples. And you know what
And mushrooms.
deals with apples and trees? That thing that we were told about a long time ago.
The thing we were told about, that prophecy thing?
Yeah,
No.
that thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, speaking of trees, does anyone want to take a study break and go watch me feed my tree?
You feed it.
Wait,
You feed your tree?
My office plant that I just told everyone was poisonous so that no one would mess with it.
is it actually poisonous?
I mean, there's some poisonous mushrooms growing on it, so kinda.
It's outside of Kay's
Sure.
reach, right?
It's what?
Outside
Kay
of
can't
Kay's
get to it.
reach.
It's locked in my office.
Gay
Remember?
can
Okay.
get through a 1-inch space.
Fuck.
Ingrid doesn't know that.
Please keep it on top of something
It's on
outside
the
of
floor with
dogs.
the cardboard box on top of it. Flipped over.
On top of it.
Yeah, so there's no light. Do you want to go watch me feed my tree?
Okay.
So Ingrid goes to her office, moves the decoy coin to her bag
Hmm.
while she's in there, checks if her notes on Ribald are still on her desk,
They are.
grumbles a bit about Cathal, and lifts the cardboard box in the corner of the room, and there's a stunted little bonsai-ish looking tree with little mushrooms growing on it. And then she pulls out the vial that y'all saw her get given at the mansion in Roma, goes up to the tree and uncorks it.
All right. The mist starts floating from the vial towards the tree. As it settles over the small plant, numerous little mouths open, gaping wide with sharp teeth from the wood, and it makes a raspy inhalation sound.
Would this be a nature or an arcana check?
The mouths then close once again, being completely unnoticeable, and a soft mist just kind of hovers around the tree base.
So that's how it works. And she puts the box back on top of it.
Some people raise tomatoes.
Rail, you're a priest, right?
I'm a cleric of
Office hours are
something.
over. We have a lot of studying to do.
I'm some kind of cleric.
I'm a cleric of not this. Right now, I'm a cleric of the domain of not this shit.
Yeah, I'm the
Nope.
cleric of the domain of getting the fuck out of here.
No.
So Ingrid herds everyone out and relocks her office back
My
up.
magic comes from exploring the unknowable. I do not want to know about this.
I need to switch to decaf coffee.
No wonder the thing wasn't growing before. I was trying to feed it low level necromancy spells and nothing was working.
Wait, how much bigger does it get?
I mean, you saw the ones at Roma.
Feed me.
Wait,
For
This
the
is-
record,
this is-
Rail is a
This is
knowledge
going to be
domain
my
cleric.
grove. For when I get a city. And Ingrid
Okay,
heads back to the
wait.
library.
Rail is a
how
knowledge
would you be able
cleric.
to get your-
Right now, he knows he don't want this.
Tree mouth. I have been waiting for that for a while.
Where's
I
the way
think
to help?
Ingrid's probably the first one back to the library.
You know the phrase, if these trees could talk? I'm glad they just shut the fuck up.
Oh, and by the way, this is why you don't wander around Roma's Grove too much. Just saying.
Right. You know, I thought Corpse Grove was symbolic or something.
It is. Most of those are gravestones.
I mean, there's a lot of corpses there. So, I mean, it's
They just
literal
don't
in any sense.
stay physical for very long.
I mean, it's very literal in the definite sense, but I mean, it's probably also,
Literal in other senses.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
be. Huh. So, apparently,
So,
there's better ways
if
to
we
store things.
needed to dispose of a body, I
Um,
guess we have a means of doing that now.
I mean, it
Literally
eats
her
mist.
job.
So, there's that.
I mean, you know the Dropnets are omnivores, right?
Yeah, they eat meat.
Yes.
And
I mean, the
plants.
Dropnets are omnivores.
They
I
don't
mean, if you
eat
really
just
wanted
meat.
to dispose of something, you know, we've been feeding them a lot of mushrooms and they need protein.
Mushrooms have protein. I think.
I mean,
Depends
yeah,
on the
but
strain.
I mean, they're more likely to, you know, eat something we're trying to dispose of than, say, like my tree. Plus, the office would be messy. Ingrid's back reading.
Let's just read.
All right.
Yeah,
Graham,
but
other
a
than
fish with tarantula legs. Now that's weird, right?
I mean,
This stuff
Yeah.
is fine.
it was definitely weird when it was big. I mean, that was awfully big.
I mean,
Wait, why do you guys have to keep deadly stuff? I
It's
want something deadly to
all-terrain.
keep in my room.
Oh, you've got the robot you're working on, though,
tower
right?
literally zaps birds out of the sky.
You should rebuild the robot.
Wait, that gives me an idea. Not the robot thing. I'll get to that eventually. But I can zap birds out the sky.
Yeah.
Dude, you can turn birds into skeletons. You
But
can have
right now I
an
just
army
go-
of undead bird.
Right
Yeah,
now, I
she-
just go to the Is It facility and I take them before they go in the furnace.
Oh, that's a thought, though. Your
Um,
birds,
Ro-
Ingrid.
Yeah, Rail made sure, you know, with his paperwork documents or stuff, that we had a proper contract.
Okay, well that's fair.
Right,
Because
but
I mean,
Ingrid,
she
But
is
it's still a good
Corpse
idea,
Grove,
and I
though.
might need some bats later.
So Ingrid, do you still have your flocks of birds, though? Like,
Yeah, I just refreshed them. I think this morning,
Right.
actually.
how broad a net can they cast?
Well, it's not like I can see through them like a familiar.
Hmm.
I mean, that would be really weird if people could just see through their zombies, right?
Right. They would just have to report back. So, okay, I was thinking of asking if you could have them keep an
And
eye
I
out
mean, they
for
kind
any
of
further
like
attacks.
They can kind of, like the crow ones can kind of talk, but they don't really understand language the same as we do. So it's more like, hey, if you see an angel, jump left 3 times. Hey, if no one has crossed the threshold, go land on the back of that chair. I mean, communicating with them for things like actually scouting areas is a little difficult. They're better at following orders like go fetch that, go deliver this to someone than they are at, you know, hey, have you
Alright.
seen anyone suspicious?
Fair enough. Okay, it was just a thought.
you can go and
No,
talk to one if you want. They're up on the roof, I believe, right?
Oh, wait, I put them in my bag, remember?
Oh, right. Yes. No. She has them in the vault.
You put all of the birds in the vault. Okay.
Yeah.
Do
It's
undead
like
birds
the most
poop?
terrifying
No.
homework situation. You know how like birds get loose in Walmart? That's our
Here, you wanna
vault,
see
except
one
the
of the
birds
birds?
are undead.
And she pulls out her original pigeon.
It's
It was
just
a,
stiff.
hey,
It
pretend you're
responds.
an awake bird. Come on.
It starts like moving and fidgeting and making this little undulating baby whale.
See, this is
Ew.
one of the ones that I had trained for dropping messages to people. It knows the commands. Pretend you're alive, so you're not suspicious. Take this to this person. Make this flight path and come back. It's a little bit trained.
It pecks at like the air.
We've been working on it for a while.
It's going,
That's not what a live pigeon sounds like.
Well, we'll have to take it on more
I don't
walks.
think so. Do you want me to repair its vocal cords?
Oh, is that something you could do?
Hell if I know.
I've never not done it before.
Well, maybe when we're done with the books.
Okay.
Okay, Pigeon, you can go back at dormant now. Thank
it
you.
just stops.
And I put it back away in my mimic bag.
Like, if y'all go to the vault, there's like 15 of them just standing perfectly.
Okay.
This is why I'm not fond of undead.
There's like 10 of them just standing perfectly still at the edge of the table in the vault. Like, not moving, not blinking, like, just stone still.
I know they're dead, but I'm still somewhat offended as a nature member.
Cathal was very like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, she's seen them on the roof a few times before then.
She was not warned about that.
She's using one as a feather duster.
Alright. Sheesh. Alright, so
Okay. So reading the book, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
At
So
least
y'all,
I am.
are y'all getting coffee or anything like that? Or y'all just...
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like,
please, it's
you know,
rail.
just
Of course
typical
you
like
can.
study session, not necessarily cramming, but like book out, coffee. He may be in the lab actually, because I think that he would like have like something like bubbling just as like background.
Like,
Okay,
just
so
the
you're
sound.
splitting off and going to the lab. Okay.
Yeah, like he's kind of got like a study
Yeah.
environment set up.
He's
Ingrid's
got what
having her
feels
cocoa.
right.
Yes.
Ingrid's having her little cocoa mixture in her flask.
Okay. Griggum, was there anything else that you were wanting to do? Because they're going to be spending 36 hours studying.
Ingrid's still leaving.
I know.
Okay.
And I'm
Sure.
also leaving
I know.
with her.
Well, I feel that
I'll probably
someone
go
has
with
to
you
keep-
guys.
I feel like someone has to keep an eye on the surroundings. So I think
Okay. I mean,
Yeah, that's
y'all
perfectly
have,
valid.
Y'all have a watch. Like, Daldra has a group of goblins that she has been working with, and like the little demi-cloaks, and you occasionally like see one or two of them just circling the block or hanging out on a nearby roof.
For some reason, now I just imagined Daldra in suit, sunglasses, and Yakuza tattoos.
She stopped wearing her piercings. But yeah, no, you can definitely join in on the observation of the surrounding area if you want.
Yeah.
Okay. So, make me just a general perception check to see, like, how close you've been observing stuff.
Okay, alrighty. Let's have at it. $17.
17. You notice that there's some slightly heavier than you would think foot traffic in the area. A few carriages come by as well. One thing that you do notice is that a number of food carts are starting to be moved into the park that is not too far from where y'all are located. Like an inordinate number. Like normally you'd be like, oh, hey, there's a food cart. Oh, there's another one. There's like, oh, there's 10 food carts going in there. Alright. Evening rolls around, say about starting to get dark about 6, maybe 7-ish.
I guess before I go with you guys, how long will you think it take, Ingrid?
I mean, I was just going to write down with the Dromids in case we had to leave quick and cast some illusion magic on the way back. You know, maybe terraform the park back so, you know, Circe doesn't get too upset. I mean, after those big things get there with the spikes and everything, you know, like you will want to move the turf out of the way before they start, like, spiking all the bodies and rolling around and rumbling. So, like, then we'll want to probably move the dirt back in, maybe put an illusion on them. Shouldn't take too long.
Okay. So we're probably getting back before, like, at midnight or before.
I would think. Well, I mean, I was still kind of going to go see Mom and Roma.
Yeah. Well, okay, basically what I'm getting at is that you don't have to sleep, I do. So if I go with you, will I have that opportunity?
Midnight. I think we could get to Roma by midnight.
Okay.
We could sleep there.
I don't want any of us traveling alone.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just want to make sure it's not like, okay, you spend the day with no sleep. It's like, well...
But Griggum's fine, right? He's on his own right now.
Griggum's not entirely on his own, and I'm not too happy about it, but he is technically our leader.
Yeah, he can kind of move through his way out.
And of any of us, he's the one who I trust most to get out of a scrape on his own without assistance.
I think that's probably viable.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Rail, Ingrid, Faradir, and Frizz are all going to go with the body thing. Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
Alright, and Griggum is hanging around at the office still, just keeping an eye out. Alright.
And I assume Mavana's coming too then.
Yeah,
if
Mavana follows
Okay.
Rail wherever he goes. Kay is as well.
You gotta like ask Mavana how she feels about things. I'm like, oh hey,
See-
there's a serial killer probably coming after all of us. How do you feel about that? Are you okay
She probably
with that?
feels like she needs to protect you because that's her job.
She kind
She's your
of,
bodyguard.
like, shrugs
she can have
a little
ideas.
bit. I mean, it's not like we don't face death every day.
See,
True
she
on that.
understands.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you with us, Mom.
I
Yes.
do not remember your name, but I appreciate that.
Are
Harsh.
you? I mean, you've got knocked on the head a few times, but fair dear.
Yes.
Medicine check.
When we get
Okay.
there, should we, we don't need to check in and warn Circe we're getting. She'll know we need to pick up the bodies. It's only been a day.
Mavana just looks blankly at Ingrid. I would not know, ma'am. She's fine.
She is not concussed.
Do you think we need to warn your mom or just try to, maintain a perimeter and keep people back? Anyway, let's get the Dromids and start heading that way.
So you get the Dromids and ride through the streets of Ravnica. You do elect a few, like, what the hell? from some of the people that are out and about late in the evening. Grigum, from the roof, you see your 4 teammates racing off on Dromids towards the Orzhov district.
With
So
the dog.
remember that thing about how
With a
I
dog.
wanted to lay low? I feel like this plan kind of invalidates that entire thing.
I think I will keep up with them by roof hopping.
Make an athletics check for me, because they're moving really fast. You're able
Guess
to
what?
keep up
I'm
as a
really
monk.
fast as well.
Yeah. You're able to keep up as a monk, but I need to have you exhausted yourself in doing so.
Fair enough. Athletics, you said?
Yes, please.
Howdy. Looking at a 21.
Yeah, you're fine. You will have to stop when you get to the actual district, because there is that little courtyard in the center of it. But
Well, we're stopping by the pump house first, so we'll be slowing down.
okay, yeah. So you first swing by the pump house.
Can I roll for stealth?
Yeah, sure.
20. It's like,
That
natural.
beats everyone's
20.
passive, I believe. Rail, did you
what
finally
about
break
Rails
21?
and Fairdeers?
Fairdeer is, as he has gleefully reminded me multiple times, 19.
Yes, that's correct.
23 is my passive
Okay.
perception.
So, yeah. Rail, you would notice Grigum just vaulting from rooftop to rooftop at the
Up
corner
to
of your
whether you
eye.
tell anyone or just
No.
leave that as a surprise.
Why would I spoil the surprise for everybody? Of course not.
Y'all arrive at the pump house. The windows are dark. The door is closed. The little stilts that hold it up off of the ground are little stilts that hold it up off of the ground.
I'll go in to check in with Maine and them and see.
There is
If
no
they're-
one here.
I look for any heavy drag marks or spikes along the walls that might have said that the backup's already gotten here.
There are several
No.
scratches on the wall, but they don't look recent.
Do you need me to assist with something?
Do you want to do some track checking? See if anything really heavy with spikes that could have carried a lot of bodies came through here?
I can do that, I believe.
Yeah, make a.
Okay, can assist.
That seems a little contextual for K. But okay. He's a smart boy.
Yeah. What check am I doing? Sorry.
Survival, I think?
Survival, yeah.
Did you roll with advantage?
Oh, right. That would be 20.
20. You don't see any of the signs that she specifically mentioned. However, there does look to be several metallic scrapes around the edge of the hole in the pump house floor that you have seen her use to reach the Undercity when y'all have visited, or reach the apartments.
I'm gonna go down to Maine's apartment to check if he's there.
Door is closed. There's this note on it that says "out to work."
Okay, well maybe we should go to meet him at the Orzhov. We're on faster than them, probably, so we can meet him over at the park. If they're not there, then we blow this off for tonight and we just go see Valora and hang out with Valora in tears.
Sure.
All right. So, as y'all are heading towards the Orzhov district, then.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah.
sticking to the darker patches and the side streets a little
All
bit,
right.
though.
as you head in that direction, you see something large and spindly, like maybe 15 foot tall, moving in a similar path that y'all are taking.
But on the ground?
Yes.
Is it an animal?
I'm not sure.
Or can I do a nature check?
You're pretty far from it. You see it like between
Okay.
buildings and alleyways as y'all are heading.
Gotcha.
We want to try to circle around to see it, or just keep heading on, but keep an eye out?
Second one.
Okay.
All right, so
At least we're not heading to a residence.
think
We're
so.
heading to a park. So
Ah.
Hmm?
Well, it's night at this point.
yes, it's getting dark. There's like some gas lamps and a few mage lights, but it's definitely.
Can Rail try to move stealthily without completely getting left behind?
You have to move slower to move at stealth.
Yeah. Alright, I'll just keep up with everyone else then.
and it would be drama stats for stealth too.
Oh, you're right. I forgot we were riding.
So, y'all breach the cordon of suburban houses that mark the edge of the city proper and the beginning of the Little Orzhov district, with the much wider, much nicer houses and roads. You see emerging from the row of houses, not adjacent to you, maybe 3 blocks away, a 15-foot tall metallic creature. It's moving on all fours. Its legs and arms are rail thin, spindly, with sharp spikes sticking up on on the surfaces of its forearms and legs, as well as a carapace of just wicked-looking, impaling spikes along its back. If you emerge, its head kind of swings in your direction, and 2 green flame lantern eyes just look at you for a moment before it continues on in the direction it was moving.
Would there be any kind of history check on that kind of thing?
Yeah, make a history check.
Also,
Okay. Ooh. 18 for Rail.
6.
21.
21.
And can I make either an insight? Yeah, just like an insight check on them.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make your insight check.
22.
It does not seem exceptionally hostile. The rest of y'all, no clue what this is.
I'll head over towards the park and see if there's any Golgari there.
It seems to be heading in the same direction you are. Every now and then, it'll kind of stop and look around, its eyes fixating on Ingrid for a second, or on Rail, before it gaze sweeps back and it resumes its movement.
Yeah, I don't think it's not openly hostile, so just no sudden movements. Don't make it feel threatened.
Don't be like giddy up and then take like a gallop and 30-foot jump with the Dramid.
Just
Let's not.
any action that would be considered aggressive.
Okay, so I'm heading towards the park still.
Alright, it's moving much slower than you do. Especially since it keeps stopping and its gaze just sweeping over the area. You reach the park before it does. There are 3 or 4. It's a little hard to make out the exact number due to the deep shadows around them. Figures in black robes with green kind of highlights to the fabric. 1 or 2 of them look towards Ingrid and cant their head to the side.
We came to help, but there's a big, spindly, metallic creature. That's not with y'all, is it?
There's no response from them.
Ingrid's going to get down off the Dromid and hand the reins to Rail.
Okay.
I'll take him.
Then she's going to try and crawl. Hello?
You hear like a series of clicks and hisses back.
And then she'll basically say the same thing about there's a big metallic creature with spikes following.
They ascend
Is
that
that
they
planned?
are aware of it.
So, do we have a plan for getting these out of here, or just making multiple trips?
They
Still in crawl.
don't respond. Crawl are not conversational in that way. A few moments later, the creature moves overhead, or moves by y'all, one of its limbs passing over your head. As it enters the park, its eyes scan over the greenery, and it stops, and a slight glow starts emitting from just below the eyes where you would think the mouth would be. A sickly greenish radiance that pours from its open mouth like a beam of light. The grass starts wilting and burning away where the light falls on top of it. The hooded figures move back out of the creature's way.
Huh. I was actually, when we got there, going to have, I didn't want to interrupt the narrative, but I was actually going to have started, using Mover to clear the turf and
Oh, okay.
stuff, since they were obviously there to get the bodies. That was my plan.
You can definitely start doing that. As you are shifting this earth out of the way, one of its arms reaches overhead, the sharp claws pressing into the ground and just sliding the earth out of the way like it was parting water or moving sand. It seems to move the earth with a natural affinity of sorts, even though this does not appear to be a natural creature. It reaches into the opening and pulls out a dead body that hangs limply from its grip. Holding it up above, it gives the body not a hard shake, more of a jostle, before it impales the corpse on one of the spikes on its back. There is a splatter of blood from the impact that coats it, and some of the crimson liquid starts running down its carapace.
So I think they have this all under control.
We should just move back, make a perimeter. We'll clean up the garden and stuff, and then we'll follow them back.
The crawl and the hoods have just turned and moved on at this point.
I'm sorry, I know it's not what you're going for, but crawl in the hood. I'm just I don't know what to think of that.
We're gonna go off and play some b-ball.
Get some more juice.
But we'll wait. We'll fix up your mom's park, and then we'll follow it back and make sure there's no disturbances from it going down the road. We'll just move back. We'll make a perimeter.
It takes a good while, a good 40 minutes, As it
Definitely reading while it's doing it.
as it excises bodies, each one it does the same thing for. It lifts it, it jostles the body just a little bit before impaling it on one of the spikes on its back or on its forearms.
Yeah,
By the-
Faradir is. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Gonna say Faradir is reading and trying to block out this scene
There's
as much as
benches.
possible.
There's benches in this park. It looks right on that statue of Circe.
You literally have to look at the statue of Circe when you sit on the benches. There are only facing towards her, her statue. After 40 minutes, it has excised all the bodies with very little damage or disturbance to the actual turf, other than some wilting and burning of the grass. Its form is completely gore-soaked, dripping red, with open wounds of bodies just hanging off of it. It looks down, sweeps across, its eyes stop on Ingrid again for a second before it starts moving off in a northerly direction.
But we're really good at putting parks back together now with Move Earth. We are very experienced in that, actually. So
a single casting is more than enough to return it to its original state.
Yeah, neaten it up and then head out to follow it. If it looks like it's upsetting anyone, be ready to throw up an illusion or something.
It's not heading back towards the pump house. It's heading north.
Okay. I guess it knows what it's doing. Do we go ahead to Roma then?
Yes.
Okay.
There is a trail of blood and stuff that is following behind it, though you do see figures in the shadows kind of emerging and watching you.
Are they Golgari figures?
They don't look They may be, but they're definitely not the crawl that you were talking to. These are more humanoid, slimmer, shorter.
I mean, maybe it'll be a good rain tonight.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess we should head out then.
Yep.
Alright, as you leave the area, you notice a few of the figures dart towards the trail of viscera and gore that was left behind it and start scooping it up and pulling it to their mouths, or their hoods at the very least.
Okay.
So, undercity trip to Roma. Gregum, are you still following them? You're going to have difficulty keeping up with them when they go underground.
I beg to differ as being a goblin.
Alright, you will need to... I'll need you to make another stealth roll as you descend to follow them, because you're moving in a different area, different methodology.
I will say, theoretically, if we used her guild bonus of being able to travel twice as fast as a normal person underground, that actually would be a problem. But we are moving as slow as K's speed, which is 40 instead of 60. So
Yeah.
So yeah, 23 on stealth.
Okay. That meets
I'll
Rail,
admit
so...
that. Yeah, I'll admit that the only way I'm going to beat Rail perception is if I roll a natural 20. So,
Yeah.
Always a
Well,
possibility.
I mean, you've
I
tied
get
it.
trained in stealth. One of the two.
You've tied it at this point. So he's not immediately aware of you. He does, catch a, okay, yeah, there he is, every now and then. Through the Undercity passageway that Ingrid finds, she's really good at finding those, y'all descend down into the depths, and it would probably be about just before midnight, maybe 11:30ish, when y'all would reach the central pillar of Roma's design. Which tier are you coming in on? The Floridic, the...
We're probably coming in on an upper tier and taking the stairs since Dromids don't really have much problem with up and down.
Okay, yeah. Y'all come in at the top part of Illithic's Rise then. The spiral staircase descending 200 feet to the lowest level of Omaroma. Studied along the wall are various openings and stuff like that. As opposed to the top side where it's night, there is a buzz of activity going on here. Dev Karin trading and talking with each other. Crawl scurrying along the walls about their business. There's even a few Medusa that seem to be in the area, though they don't converse with anyone else. They are mostly just standing and watching at corners.
And Ingrid's gonna kind of like, since she hasn't got to talk to Valora yet to get the scoop of how they're supposed to be acting, going to kind of just do the whole aloof thing and just lead the group down.
All right.
Kind of not as much wave hi to everyone as she usually is, since she feels like she needs to touch base before she comments with anyone socially.
Are you making any stops in Roma, or are you heading directly for the rot farm?
I think heading for the rot farm. As we get to the edge where I know that there's security, then I'll let Watcher go ahead to
Okay.
let people there know. I don't want Watcher on his own either right now, but once we get to the Corpse Grove, Watcher should be pretty safe.
All right. The rot farm itself is not difficult to navigate through, though it is a constant buzz of activity. Even at night, they work on multiple shifts, so there is always seeming to be someone here working. After a few moments, Watcher would return with an indication that it is safe to proceed. Traveling through the Corpse Grove, I need everyone except Ingrid to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh dear. How does a 16 do?
Alright, you're fine.
18.
17.
17?
Do we need to worry about Mavana or Kay?
No.
Okay.
I've already rolled hers.
24.
24? Yeah, you're fine. The mist swirls around all of y'all. You feel it occasionally clinging to your clothes or your skin, with the exception of Ingrid.
That would have been kind of bad if Grigham failed, since we didn't know he was with us necessarily.
Rail has a
Really bad.
general idea, though not the
It's a
exact
good
location.
reason why I took resilience.
Yeah.
Passing through the Corpse Grove, you do see what looks like a deer of sorts, but it's very pale white. And as you approach it, you notice that it has not the it's in the shape of a deer, but it's a collection of white grubs.
Well, that's
It makes a soft
Disturbing.
little
disturbing's the word.
sound as it moves through the woods.
We should leave that one.
Nature check.
Sure, go ahead.
I'll make one too, just for fun.
Of course, this is where I get my natural 20.
There is nothing natural there.
I got a 21.
There is nothing natural about that.
Arcana?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That would be in 23.
There's some weird fucking magic here.
My knowledge of
Fucking
Arcana
knows
tells
that.
me that shit kind of fucked.
That shit ain't right.
So I'm going to put the Dromeds away at their usual stable area here. Because I actually get a stable here, unlike Farkeep.
Yeah. The usual crawl is standing up at the entryway as guard. He seems to be here most of the time. You've never...
And Frederick.
Yeah. Frederick is kind of wandering around. Like, it looks like he's just ambling in a random direction, but if you watch him long enough, you realize that, oh, there is a patrol route of some sorts. It's just very circuitous. I don't get to use that word often enough.
Best. He does his best.
Heading up to the mansion.
To the mansion.
To the mansion.
To the mansion. The crawl, like, clicks at Ingrid and ducks its head before moving out of the way of the door. Inside the entryway hallway, it looks much as it has before. There is a cane with a black gem resting on top of the table.
I need to identify that. For bed. I should go see if
Was
Laura's
that out
around.
loud?
Okay.
Yes.
Alright. At the words, the side door to the kitchen kind of opens a little, and Tears, at least you assume it's Tears. It looks like how he looked last time, though still copying Rail's hair. Looks at us. Oh, Ingrid, hello.
Hi. They wanted to come with me because, you know, everyone's staying in a group right now.
I mean, okay. Did you need food?
They might like some dinner. I can help do some prep if you want.
No, I was just about to take some out to the workers, and so, and he like comes out and he's holding just a tray of small little bowls of like 4 different kinds of rice and shredded meats and mushrooms and vegetables. He's like, here, take your fill.
Okay.
I guess Gregum's still outside.
Keeping an eye out, yeah.
Is Valora in?
She was in the Shadow Months. She's working on an expansion for it.
I'll go see her in a minute. I believe she said I could inspect this, so I'm going to take a look at it and then I'll go find her. That way, it gives her more time before I interrupt her.
Sure thing. He nods. It's like, I have to make sure that the acolytes are fed. So he takes the bowls of food and heads outside. Gregum, you see the muscular semi-form of Tears. It's hard to really ascribe a physicality to him as it tends to shift from moment to moment, though his general appearance remains much the same. He takes a tray of food and heads off into the woods.
I'm going to sit down and read.
You're breaking up a lot, Tux. Can you say that one more time?
I'm going to sit down and read.
Okay.
Are you eating too?
Yes.
I'm going to take 10 minutes and look at the cane, and then I'll
All right. The
probably
cane,
borrow the pantry door.
the cane is non-magical. The cap of it is set with a void stone, which does have magical properties, but is not in of itself a magic item. the stone on the cap functions exactly like any other void stone that you have encountered, and when placed under consistent mechanical pressure, generates electrical and arcane energy, and so on and so forth.
I bet he used to jab people with this. I'm gonna ask. And after her 10 minutes of studying it, leaves them to their reading and their food and goes to put the key in the pantry door.
Alright, as you insert the key, mist starts seeping out around the edge of the door.
Hello, Valora, it's me. And take the key with me and...
Okay.
Oh, wait. I'll bring Frizz next time.
You open the doorway into the hallway of the Shadowmonts. The doors are much the same, most of them closed. The one at the end that you had noticed open earlier is still open, though it's no longer a swirling darkness, but a sort of curving hallway that leads upward.
I do like a little rap on the wall and then kind of like start to head that direction.
Alright. You travel up along the hallway. You notice that the stone becomes less well chiseled. It's rougher and more cyclopean. Like, it doesn't have mortar. It seems to just be very well shaped together stones. This continues up for a good maybe 40 feet as it curls up in on itself in a spiral until you come to a large open area. A number of braziers light the hallway. At the center of the room is Valora. In her usual dress, she has a book in one hand. As she reads from it, portions of the room like soften and start to reshape into a chair or a table or a lamp.
Psst, is this a bad time?
She blinks, looks. Oh, Ingrid. Oh, hold on, wait. Why am I going Irish? Oh, Ingrid, I was not expecting you, my dear. Is everything okay?
Well, we didn't really get to spend a lot of time the last couple trips, especially that one where I was bringing other people and running around on Andromeda's pretty whirlwind. So I figured I'd check in, especially with all the guild news. I ended up bringing my friends, though, because they didn't want us to all split up.
She, like...
Androdromids.
Yeah, we ended up running around and running around Andromeda's and bringing all my friends again.
I think that part's understood by now.
She closes the book and smiles, setting it on the table, and turns and goes and gives Ingrid a hug. It's like, I am just creating a space in case someone wanted to reside here for a short period of time.
Huh. Kind of like a hideout?
Of sorts, yes. I felt it's been on my to-do list for a while, and with the change in leadership being so abrupt, I figured now would be a good time to work on a few personal projects.
Well, I just wanted to check in and see if there, was anything to do with that we needed to avoid and are do?
I do not know this woman. That has taken over. I think she may be from another district. But
that's with our alliance, right?
She is Medusa, yes. So, we will stand with her. We would stand with anyone. We are of the Swarm. But, I do not know her, so I am waiting to see what alliances she brings to the table. Plus, it gives
We
me
can
an
go-
excuse to get stuff done.
Okay, well, I figured we'd stay here tonight. We're catching up on some agency reading and stuff anyway, so I figure I'll be in the lower library.
Excellent. I'm going to be working in here for a bit. If you need anything, just let Tears, inform Tears, and he will take care of it all for you. Alright, and she
Okay.
gives Ingrid a kiss on the forehead.
Surprise hug.
She laughs and she'll hug back. He's like, go. I have work to do. You have work to do. Things must get done eventually.
Okay, just wanted to check in. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you too, my dear. And she picks up the book and starts reading again. A portion of the stonework warping up into this kind of weird fountain-like effect that as it forms into the frame of a bed.
Psst, psst, Flora, I'm gonna fly down.
She stops and looks over her shoulder. It's like, you're going to fly. And she looks up at the maybe 20-foot ceiling. It's like, I suppose there's room, but I don't know if... Just don't hurt yourself, okay, my dear?
And Ingrid turns into a little bird-winged celestial energy and flies down to the bottom.
That lasts for 10 minutes or 1 minute?
It's like 1 minute. Like, it's enough time to,
That is literally just enough
avoid
time to get to the bottom of the thing before you're flipped back to normal.
It's like 30 feet, so, like, there's time to spare. She's just kind of being playful and showing off.
It's not a... yeah. There's a little bit
then,
laugh.
And then turns back and heads back out.
Alright. The door opens once more into the kitchen. Tears is setting bowls in the wash basin and starting to fill it with water. He's like, oh, you're back already. Is everything okay?
Yeah, she was just busy, just kind of routine check-in. I let her know I was probably going to be in the library reading tonight.
Excellent. Do you need a room prepared for your friends?
Yes.
I will make sure that gets done and give them a key. And he kind of goes back to cleaning.
Thanks, dear. It doesn't bother you that you don't remember the stuff from before, does it?
Why would that bother me?
I don't know. It seems like it bothers Fairdeer sometimes when he doesn't remember stuff from before.
She kind of shrugs and it's like, I have stuff to keep me busy here.
Okay. If anything at all was, like, found out, would that be something you'd want to know?
I don't see why I wouldn't.
That title of the Fallen generally means people came from a different plane?
I don't know what you mean.
Like, not Ravnica?
He just kind of cants his head to the side.
I mean, that's all I found out looking into things. I thought I'd be able to help, but I'm glad you're happy here.
I appreciate you wanting to help, Ingrid. And he, smiles and holds out an arm to her. Waiting for, it's the kind of come here, you're going to get a hug. But he only is using one arm, because the other arm is, washing dishes. So
Ingrid accepts bonus sets.
He just puts an arm over her shoulder and gives her a squeeze. It's it is the moment that is important. And for example, you have things you're supposed to be doing at this moment, I think. Yes?
I should get back to reading.
Go. I will make sure they have a place to sleep. Sounds good. Alright, pardon. Continue. Don't mind me.
Ingrid's setting up in the lower floor library to read for the night.
Mm-hmm. What's everyone else up to while Ingrid has been doing this?
Reading.
Reading.
Reading?
So Rail is going to take a moment to check on. I cannot remember the name of the slime, whose name I somehow forgot again.
Scraps?
Scraps. Thank you.
I thought you left Scraps at the agency. He's kind of big.
Oh right, we're not in the agency anymore. I'm sorry. The coffee is wearing off.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
I get
Rail
that
is good
feeling.
with research.
Like, I am looking at the clock going like 50 minutes and I can take a nap. 49 minutes and I can take a nap.
Aww.
A simple solution to have something try to kill us. That'll wake me up. But yeah.
Alright, if y'all are just studying
that was
till
some
y'all
research.
go to bed, you'll have roughly 20-something hours left on your reading after spending from roughly 3 to almost midnight, with the exception of a little travel. Actually, you know what? No. 36 hours,
then
3
not
to
that
midnight.
much.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting them. Y'all have something like 30 hours to go.
You know what? I do have something else to do. I'm going to, unsummon Hermes, resummon him here, and go basically get a heads up on what Griggum had been up to. So that's something.
Okay.
Because Hermes is following Griggum.
You and Hermes have telepathic communication. Sorry, I just did the math. Okay, so 9 hours from 3 to midnight, subtracting an hour for travel to Roma and and a half an hour for following the cadaver collector. Y'all have something like 29 hours to go. Hermes gives you a telepathic communication back and forth where you can just see what he saw. Which was...
Okay, I just realized I was muted.
Oh, you can hear... You're good?
Yeah, I'm good, and I was just muted. It's like I was.
Hermes gives you the feedback of where he was able to. He had to stop following Griggum when y'all went underground because birds don't do great underground.
Right.
You should have made him a bat.
Should have made him a what?
A bat.
Bat.
That's my other game. I have a bat familiar. Raven
Do
works
not
better
sleep
for,
on bat familiars. That blind sight is wonderful.
Oh no, it's great for scouting.
Yeah, like I remember playing a druid, and we had our gnome-invented airship be turned invisible, and it's like, well, we landed it here. We just don't know what here is.
In my other Sunday game, I'm playing a warlock with a bat familiar named Abernathy. No, Arglefraster. Not Abernathy.
But yes. Anyway, like as for what Griggum is up to, it's like,
Yeah, I will not. Sorry.
I know it was mentioned a little bit further back. Like someone went into a forest. It's like,
y'all are in the Undercity, at the city of Roma, which Ingrid is from. At the far edge of the rod farm attached to the city of Roma is a large collection of trees that have been shrouded in mist, known as the Corpse Grove. At the other side of that is the mansion where Valora Omaroma resides.
Right.
And that's the forest that they went into.
Okay. All right. I was worried for a moment there because it seemed like it was after someone ordered something to eat and someone went into a forest. And I was like,
there was a comment that Opal said she was from a forest, which is weird because there's not a lot of forested areas in Ravnica. You have
Right.
some nature areas in the 3rd precinct, but for the most part, you have parks.
And since Rybald brought Opal over, and then Rybald is talking about all these fallen being from different areas, while they were studying the books in the library, Ingrid was just like, "Is Opal one of the fallen? Did Rybald bring her as one of the fallen?" And then went back to studying.
I thought Opal was part of Devotion's crew.
Yes.
So what does
Devotion
Rybald
is
have to do with
Devotion
it?
of the Fallen.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And Rybald brought Opal to Devotion. So she was just in the middle of studying and then just is Opal one of the Fallen? And then just went back to studying her book. Horse person stuff is pretty dry. Her mind wanders a little bit.
Y'all have encountered a number of beings that have the sorbet? No, what's the word for it? The, not quite title, but the reference to as the Fallen.
Yeah.
Epitaph?
Ingrid was on purpose not mentioning one of them and doesn't know about one of the others.
All right.
Actually, wait, there may be 2 that Ingrid doesn't know about.
Ooh.
If Omen is, she doesn't know that is Omen.
Okay.
And doesn't know that
I was like,
yeah.
Does she know? She doesn't know.
The player has some idea of what is not known, but there's also a lot of details. There's details everywhere.
Me too.
Do we mark off a long rest?
Yeah. I wanted to just get I'm updating my notes real quick. About maybe an hour after Ingrid returns, Tears comes and hands anyone that's going to be sleeping a key for one of the rooms.
Okay. I shall take said key.
I can't hear you. What?
Sorry, I will take said key.
All right. He's like, 2nd floor, the usual suites.
They're getting 2nd floor upgrades. Last time they had to stay on the 1st floor.
Hmm?
That means she likes y'all guys better now.
That's good.
Good. Wow. It is good.
It's not bad, right?
Hopefully.
Could be worse.
Could it?
Could very much be worse, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, time to get some sleep.
Alright, so yeah, y'all take a long rest. Griggum, are you going to just take a long rest on outside? Or are you going to come in and get a room key?
I'm gonna rest outside.
Alright. Damn it, hold on. Paper. I don't know why I continue to use this program.
Is it ever helpful?
Well, I've been using Windows Word for most of my life.
It is hard to learn to use something new.
Epithet is how it's pronounced. Okay. Also known as a sorbet. Or a by name. There we go. By name. I like that. I'm going to use that from now on. Anyway.
Oh, epithet?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, y'all wake up in the morning and Tears says bring your food.
Hooray. I shall eat. I give
Yay,
some to Kay.
food. I'm going to take a moment to decide which spell.
Ingrid's been reading all night.
Ingrid, having read all night, finishes an extra 8 hours of the 36 hours that she was told to read.
36 or 32?
36.
So y'all are at 29 left. I'm at 21 left.
Ooh.
This is a very dense training manual. I feel like when we're done with it, maybe we should keep it for, if we ever have to knock someone unconscious.
Which is odd
so-
because,
Question.
a lot of it
y'all.
doesn't feel relevant. It's more formulaic or incantation of sorts.
Right.
What's your question?
Ow. Well, more question for the party. Does anybody
don't
mind, now that I know Ray's dead, does anybody have an objection if I stop preparing Revivify?
It's
Well,
200 more gold to cast Raise that is to cast Revivify.
That's true.
we don't have any
a
particular
point.
500 gold piece diamonds. You'd have to use
It
two of
doesn't have to
the
be like a
300.
single...
Well, yes, but you'd have to use 2 of the 300, so it would actually be 300 more, not 200 more. And you only have 2 left because of your brother? So you could only bring 1 person? Instead of 2?
True. Would it consume it consumes like a gold value worth of diamond?
No,
Mhm.
it consumes the diamond. Like, if you have a 600 gold piece diamond,
Oh, a diamond okay.
and you cast Raise
right.
Dead, which requires a 500 gold piece, it doesn't leave you a 100 gold piece diamond. It just eats the diamond.
For some reason,
Yeah, it's 500 minimum.
wasn't there something that required diamond dust, or am I misremembering?
You
There are
need
spells with gem dust. I don't
you
remember
need
which
diamond
one.
dust for greater restoration. 100 gold pieces.
Greater
worth.
restoration, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe if we take some
Alright.
downtime, we can work on some gem crafting again later.
All right.
I mean,
and
I've
just a
got some
note,
things
am
I
going
want to
change
finish,
out-
but
Okay. Given that we're no longer trapped in a bubble, I am changing out create food and water
Mhm.
for commune.
Commune? Okay.
so you can
Yeah,
talk to other
so-
players, I think.
Yeah, although I do need holy water. Oh shoot, I can't create a holy water without that other spell, which I don't have prepared.
Ceremony is a first level spell that allows you to create holy water for 25 gold pieces worth of silver.
Yeah.
I know.
And it's a ritual.
Yeah, but yeah, I have to prepare it to cast as a ritual.
Yes.
But yeah, all right, I'll prepare ceremony for today as well.
Okay. So it's morning. You're in Roma. The rot farm is busy. The corpse grove is full of mist and carnivorous trees.
Well, they have
Tears gives you a
Presumably-
breakfast of rice and egg.
breakfast. I'm gonna start identifying on the key.
Let's see here. What was the last thing y'all got off of the key when you cast Identify on it?
That it can do multiple effects at once. I think we had 3 identifies on it from before.
Okay, so this is going to be the 4th
Also,
Identify?
there is this is the wand of
Yeah,
What's it
I was
called?
about to say, this is the 4th Identify, which will give you the final bit of information on that aspect of it. The key functions as a wand of wonder.
Can I get you to paste a recap of what the other ones were, so I'm not going back and forth on notes, just so
Let's see here.
we have it for Frizz.
I believe what you have also learned is that the
Yes,
key
please.
detects the presence of the coins. And then the two after that were two of the abilities that were triggered by the Wand of Wonder effect.
Okay.
I don't remember which abilities.
One was invisibility, I know that.
And the fact that it could be anything randomly, that was something we found out, right?
Yes. Which is the basis of the Wand of Wonder. It has a wide range of possible effects when you use it, and you're never sure which effect you're going to get.
Did we find out anything other than invisibility? Did we find out two, or was that everything?
That was everything.
I think that's for everything, yeah.
Um,
I'm going to add the Wand of Wonder in my inventory just to
Make it
be a
slightly easier.
placeholder, if that's
Yeah.
okay.
I thought I put the key in your thing. If not, I'll put it in later.
You do, but it really only says the poison.
Okay.
it's just,
I'm way behind on updating stuff.
the poison?
It's okay. Well, the poison coin, yeah.
Oh,
But all it
'cause-
says is, while head in your hand, a hot wind blows the holder towards the nearest poison coin. Other effects are yet to be discovered, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just for now, I'm going to add the Wand of Wonder, just for clarifications.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unless anyone's in a hurry in the morning, Ingrid's going to keep doing identify on the key for Frizz, because she's been saying she'd do that for a long time.
Okay.
I'm going to read.
Let's see here now. Make me, how many identifies are you casting on this? Or are you just basically until I stop getting new information?
The other took 8, right?
Yes.
So, start with another 4.
Okay. In addition to what you have already learned, you discover that there is a intelligence bound to the key of some sort, though it's not communicative. Let's see here now. That anyone attuned to the key can spend a spell slot of 3rd level or higher to lock or unlock a door. Or any other lock. That, let's see here now. What is the last one? They take half damage from, they have resistance to fire, and whoever is attuned to the key no longer needs to breathe as long as they are holding the key.
If I kept going, would we find out if it has the same bad effects, like the whole puts out fires kind of thing?
It says it does, but you have not noticed. But you have experience with enough experience with these things to have noticed that just because it is giving that information, that does not seem accurate for some reason. For example, you know that Griggum is attuned to one of the coins, but fire does not have any effect on it. Fire does not extinguish around him.
But which bad effects does it say it has? Just to...
Let me pull up my general thing.
Yeah, I need to go to characters.
No worries. According to Identify, while attuned to the artifact, you are blinded if you are more than 10 feet away from it. Non-magical flames are extinguished within 30 feet of you. You have disadvantage on saving throws against poison. You have vulnerability to all damage. But you have noticed...
Does the vulnerability cancel out the resistance?
Well...
Or is it your...
Y'all are high enough of level that you know that there are certain spells that can be used to fake other kinds of magic. Like, you can use Mystical Aura to make a divination spell look like an evocation spell. Or to make a cursed object look like it's not cursed. Or to make a random, a non-magical object look like it's a magical object.
So, do we just figure they got another hour reading and I finished it up and I give Frizz a report on the key?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all got an hour reading while I did Identify, and Here, Frizz. I finally finished the keys report.
Well, thank you. I'm gonna kind of look through all the stuff. So, just to be clear,
Yeah.
should I use this?
I mean, there's a certain amount of liability if I say that it would be good to try and it's not. And I mean, it is your personal possession, but I will try not to freak out and run to the other side of the room if you use it, if that helps.
I will.
Okay, we'll just ask you another question then. Is it a bad idea or a harmful idea to use this?
Potentially? I'm not really sure.
All right.
I mean, we're getting possibly flawed information from Identify. I mean, Grigham hasn't died of his. So Rail did go pretty blind when he had one for a bit.
Well, I went blind when I was separated from it.
Well, yes. So, I mean, like, if you just do like that one guy and you plant it in your heart or something, you're probably fine. Maybe Fairdeer could help you with that. But maybe not your heart. Like, that seems like a bad idea.
Maybe.
I mean, how often do you use your spoon?
Great question. I think
At least
attuning
once
to this
every
might
year.
be a bad idea.
It very well
Probably.
But
I
you know
wouldn't
what?
recommend it.
I'm gonna try it anyway.
Okay. You can easily attune to it. In fact, you don't even have to spend a short rest to attune to it. You immediately
Okay.
lose 2 hit dice,
All right.
and I need you to roll 2 hit dice for me.
Add my Constitution modifier, or just roll the dice.
Roll the dice.
2d6 coming up. That'll be a 7 total with a 5 and a 2.
Your HP max is reduced by 7 while you are attuned to the key.
Interesting.
How are you feeling? You kind of went pale for a bit there.
Looking too hot.
Feel just a tad bit weaker. But I think it'll be okay.
I mean, that lock on lock's got to be pretty cool, right?
I'm just kind of holding the key around, kind of wiggling around. How dumb would that be?
Pretty dumb.
Should
That'd
we
be
leave
really
the mansion before we try things? I feel like maybe we should head back.
No, I'm not gonna try anything yet. Do you know the saying, putting all your eggs in one basket, that sort of thing?
Yeah, don't put all your grubs
Kind of
in
holding the key and the
containers
cane
and
in
then
both
each
different
other.
hands.
I remember that one. You always put your grubs in
Yeah.
at least 2 different containers.
Okay, so don't attempt to put the key in the cane.
I mean, you could certainly try.
I'll tinker with it later.
Did you want to grab any of the robot parts from this underground thing while we're here on the way out?
Yes, I do want to carry a lot of that out.
Okay.
We could just grab a little bit every time we come down. Maybe not
Yeah,
the
but
other
also I
parts
could
today.
I could get some help with that.
Yeah. I got the bag.
bag. I could also some help. Carry a good bit of it
Doesn't she
out.
have like an army of servants here?
You've never seen more than 3 people here.
Oh. Never mind.
Well, when you saw the acolyte training, you saw more, but
But that wasn't at the mansion.
Mhm.
That was at the farm. You have noticed faint shimmers in the air and things being like moved or cleaned and stuff like that. You have just assumed that it is an unseen servant.
super secret location only family goes to. Ingrid crashes it with public workers and has a bunch of people stay.
Oh, yeah, let's
Well,
just pick up some stuff and try to take it out.
All right. It's not too hard to find your way to the remains of the lab. The mist is completely filling it, like it's almost opaque. It does part for Ingrid, but no one else. There is a
So
door.
my good old cane the blue.
The mist does not respond to the blowing air.
Ah,
I'll put some scrap in the bag and then we'll get more next time. Does that work?
it can. If we could retrieve whatever core mechanism is in the inside pretty easily, though.
I mean, think of it like Silent Hill, you know, that fog that you can see maybe 3 feet ahead of you and then like nothing. Like that.
Oh, so what the DM is saying is we need to up our RAM so that we can render more pixels. But then the fog should.
Yeah.
I'm fighting to stay awake. Do you
Definitely
really
help.
want to make computer jokes?
I guess I'm going to go in and just grab some of the most interesting looking components from the one that was the most intact, that had that intact globe thing in the middle.
Okay,
Again.
y'all already pulled the globe off of that one, right?
No.
Oh wait,
They
no,
pulled
it was
it
a
off
different one.
of the other one in the tunnel. This is
That one.
actually another one, but you said one of them survived on these two.
Yeah, make a Arcana check for me.
Okay. 18.
18. It takes a bit of work. You pry the machine open, revealing the housing. There is a slight crack to the core where a kind of reddish steam seeps out, but it doesn't appear irreparably damaged. You can remove it from the housing fairly quickly. Unlike the one that y'all retrieved from the orb, this one has a number of clips around the edge of it that look like they're there to hold it in place.
So I grab that and whatever scrap looks the most interesting, throw it in the bag, and
You can grab the clips that were holding the housing in place, or the housing that was attached to the clips, as well as part of the structure of one of the arms.
that should be enough to keep Frizz busy.
Okay.
Okay, we got about 20 minutes till this is done. I'm going to assume y'all are heading back to the agency.
Sure.
Is there anything y'all are wishing to accomplish beyond reading more?
I want to put in
really.
an order for a lead-lined box with the lockable door.
I
Okay.
think I need to order 2 more cases of bolts.
Cathal keeps several cases of bolts in stock. You literally just let her know and she will give you a case.
But I want the door, I want the lead-lined box to be shallow, but have a 2 foot by 2 foot door on it.
As
Maybe
you
2 foot by 3 foot.
describe it to her, she sketches it, would nod, and it's I know a couple people that can do this work. I will get in touch with them. Is there anything else? Anything at all? Something
where
you may have
Um,
been wanting to deal with,
we
Ingrid.
looked over something I've been wanting to deal with.
No, this is Cathal. Because you were giving Cathal the order for the box, right?
Yeah.
Interviews?
Her eyes flick to her bookshelf.
Yeah, sorry. Gets her the book out, hands it to her.
She takes it, puts it back on the shelf.
There was something in it with vines, and the dryad did something that looked just like it with vines, but then I didn't get to see what it looked like because I countered it because I thought they were unfriendly.
She, just blinks and stares at you. It's like, I mean, I worked with a druid to develop a spell or two. It's like,
It was interesting because it was someone that works with Valora, and I try to pay attention to that kind of thing, but I couldn't figure out what was in the book. Here's your book back. Sorry.
She smiles and it's like, it's okay. I've just had this for a long time and I've really been missing it.
Okay. I tried to leave it on the table so that
I don't go into y'all's rooms.
I thought it was in the middle of the vault.
That, if it was, then I would not know. I don't go into there unless I am told to, retrieve an item or put an item in there.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Those birds scare the fuck out of me, Ingrid. I put a bow on half of them.
Now I'd like to think that the birds are actually just our inventory control management.
What was the last part about the half?
I put a bow on half of them.
Okay.
Every time you pull a bird out, I have been rolling to see if you got one of the ones with a bow tie.
I mostly use the one crow with the really shiny feathers and the pigeon because those are the ones I'm training.
Pigeon does not act like a pigeon, right? But yeah, she nods a little. It's like, if you need something, I will do what I can to help you learn it. Okay? But
Okay.
these are, and she kind of rests her hand on it. These are my work.
Okay. Sorry.
You're not in trouble. I am not angry. I know
She
you
just
don't
really
believe
wanted it
that.
back.
That's fine.
She just really wanted it back before you got to her Naruto fan fiction from 10th grade.
I'm trying to process, as I was an adult when Naruto started coming out. Yeah, anyone else wanting to get something done? Anything else you're looking
I'm gonna
at?
look over all of. Other than reading, I'm gonna look over all the robot parts
Okay.
and just kind of get an idea of how much stuff I have.
You have roughly, I would say, 20,000 gold worth of scrap towards a construction of a golem. If it was sold, it would not be worth that much, but it would be a suitable substitute of the financial requirements towards a golem in that case.
Okay. So how much out of character does that actually relate to? I'm not sure exactly how much a golem would cost.
It depends on the type
Should I roll
of
history?
golem.
Yeah, it depends on the type of golem.
Yeah.
Like-
You're muted.
I don't know about D&D, especially 5e.
Are we going with the more general construct, or are we going with golem?
I have been informed that it is most people have no issue with the term golem. I generally try and use construct, but in this case, the taxonomy would be a golem, and that it is a humanoid figure that is constructed from non-living material and animated by a spirit. That is the literal definition of a golem.
Now,
Correct, Meryl?
what if I chose to make it on humanoid?
That would be a construct.
Yes.
The
But, would that be viable with the stuff I have?
you would have to repurpose some of it, but it would be for the most part viable. Yes.
All right.
If at any point you notice Griggum, whether in the morning or upon your return, Griggum has a slight aura around him that is gold to your vision, Frizz.
Griggum,
Mm-hmm.
do you feel okay?
That's an interesting question at this time. Like,
Can I see
I
your
feel-
hand, please?
contemplative. It's like, why?
I just need to see your hand. You trust me, don't you?
Which hand? It's like,
Either one, just hold a hand up. Okay, I'm gonna slowly put my hand forward
Mm-hmm.
and try to
Okay.
interlace our fingers.
You interlace your fingers.
All right.
You're holding a goblin's hand.
I'm
It
gonna be
is
honest.
much smaller than yours.
Yes, all the
I'm going to
fangirls
be-
are now squealing.
I'm going to be entirely honest with you. This has been the most interesting way anyone's asked me out. It's like,
Okay. Well, it was either 50% chance that we can go out or 50% chance that we blow up, and I was willing to take that risk.
I'm sure. It's like, look, I'm sure either one is going to be interesting in any case. It's like,
So, just to let you know, you are
Maybe if
glowing
you-
gold right now. But no, I don't know if everyone could see that.
meaning what?
Meaning that earlier I attuned to the key. You know that cool key? I did that, and you weren't glowing gold yesterday, and now you are. You have a coin, right?
Yes, we've established this. It's like,
I know, I'm just reiterating.
hmm.
So, got coin sight. Pretty cool. I wonder, who I can see that. If there's a distance this. Because if not, then I'm going to go take a trip around. Well, no, I don't want to do that with the angel around. Come on.
I mean, you
I
could
wanna-
join me.
Guys, under
Look,
no
look,
circumstances should we be alone. 30 minutes later.
Hold on.
Hey guys!
Listen. Now, listen. It's like, you can join me on pub crawls, and we'll see if anything happens. All right?
Well, I was going to say we
I
could just
understand the phrase.
like the stories. We could just fly around and just look at people from above.
No, we can walk.
No, we can walk.
Yes, we can walk. Like actual people.
Hey, people fly. Just don't discriminate, okay?
You know what also flies?
Look,
Murderous
If people-
angels!
Dead bird.
look. If people are meant to fly, it's like wizards would have made that spell a lot more accessible.
It's pretty accessible. I'm going to be honest. I've been
Well-
flying for years.
Looky who can't fly.
No,
Oh, you don't
jump
practice the
really
arcane?
high.
If you'd like, I can teach you.
I
It'll
doubt
take a
you
couple
could.
months, but I could easily get you to fly.
Oh, months, you say? It's like,
So with my
yeah,
help,
right. I like
we can do it in 6 seconds.
No, I'm curious about this month's
I got-
thing. He's like, you,
I upcast fly and double touch both of us.
Okay.
this is not going to prove
You're
any
in the
point.
air.
You don't just touch, both of you. You double touch. Kirkham's getting a lot of touches today.
Oh, I'm about to give a touch of my own in a minute here.
You're about 3 feet off the ground.
In his face.
Now we
even
can
at this
fly.
point, he's like, look, I was more interested in the few months thing. He's like, than this nonsense. He's like, you know that I cannot do this.
Oh well, we can work on that also. It would take some time and practice, but
I am seriously interested in how you can teach me how to fly when I know damn well that's not something even wizards can do easily.
You're, says Grigum,
Never said
floating
it'd be
3 feet
easy.
up in the air.
never said it would be easy whatsoever. There are ways to do this. If you would like to learn the arcane ways, it would take quite a long time, but we could also acquire something to augment you and make you fly. You do have
Here's that as a
technology
word again.
and science.
But there's
Biochemical
yet again, another
science.
word. It's like augment. It's like we have been knee deep in blasphemous. It's like
Hey, listen,
body horror nonsense. It's like
no body horror whatsoever.
Hey,
We
I
can
shave.
probably try to make you some rocket shoes. It's possible.
reverse rocket stompers.
Hey, he said to fly. He didn't say how long
Or if you
or
survive it.
how repeatable.
Before we end, I want to go tell Rail about the book
Yeah,
return.
let's end that argument there.
Yeah.
Like cut away. That's perfect.
Cut away.
So Ingrid waits like about an hour into reading, so it's not like right after talking to Cathal, and then goes over to Rail like, had to return the book. Cathal asked me to. Just letting you know.
Alright.
And actually, now
What are you
that I
telling
think
Rail?
about it, if you want to join up with
I had to
I
return
feel
the
we can
book.
make it
Cathal
fly
asked
pretty
me
easy.
to. Just letting you know.
Okay. We can ask her for it again later, potentially.
Okay. Hey, thanks for joining us for this game. We've had a lot of revelations. We've had some visits. We've had goblin hand-holding.
we have Grigum all of a sudden being head high because he's like 4 foot tall and 3 feet off the ground.
Like
so now
3
he
foot
beats
tall.
everybody.
Yeah, no.
He's
Smaller than that.
3.
4 feet would be dwarf.
Yeah, you're thinking
Okay.
yeah, dwarves.
I mean, it was so funny the devotion that Grigum scene when he was like, "But I'm a good climber." That was such a funny scene.
So, join us on Friday for Neon Shadows, our Shadowrun game, and hopefully on Saturday for the next episode of The Green Cauldron. Words and stuff, Sirenscape. Meryl, can you do the line?
Alright, folks. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and please always make like a polite werewolf. Like and subscribe.
Thank you so much. Do we have a cone?
I'm not sure if I've done this one yet, so apologies. It's like I'll think of a better one next time. But love is like dietary fiber. Easy to forget. But just try living without it.
Thank you, Sirenscape, for allowing us to use your music for our background.
I keep forgetting to declare I'm doing my check-in message in the evening.
You do a check-in message in the evening with who?
What's written? I keep forgetting to declare it though.
It's okay. I have assumed that you are in near constant communication with him. Let's see here now. Ziziva and I are planning a move that may be going off at any moment. So if keep an eye on the @bonus roll on Twitter for updates and announcements as to our schedule and stuff like that. Please check out thebonusroll.com. That's it, right? Thebonusroll.com. That's what you need to.
Yeah. It's not done, but it's got some content. It's getting started.
I am massively behind on the number of video uploads, but I am aware of that, and once I deal with some personal emotional issues, I will hopefully get back to uploading those. But I have 3 weeks. I have like a quarter of a semester of Spanish to do, and I want to do it in like 2 weeks because this semester has been whack, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And-
yeah.
And next time we get Faraday to use his magic devices, like try to unlock his crossbow or set his obviator's lenses.
All right. Just so y'all know, when you finish the books, you'll receive your Tier 3 Acquisitions Incorporated upgrades, and I will allow you to do a rebuild.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I've been wanting to change something.
I'm not sure if I want to change stuff.
Give
but
me a
I
heads
might.
up of whatever changes you do make. I'm going to go and lay down before my evening game. Peace, yo.
Take care.
Bye.
All right, the end show is up. And I have not muted either of us, any of us.
All right.
So,
Okay.
like, if you want to say goodbye to people.
Equilibrium, if you're listening, have a good one. Y'all be good.
Hi, people.
Alright, so I've muted y'all, but not myself, so they can still hear me. And I'm going to start singing a rendition of Freak on a Leash.